A lot more parity.
100%. And you and I have spoken at length about this. What I think the transfer portal and NIL have done for college football is the same impact on college basketball, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Right.
So in the right direction.
No, in football, it's the right direction.
Right. Basketball was
because the popularity and the fame and the success is wildly abundant, right? But in college basketball, it's made the product worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an absolutely abysmal product. The only saving grace right now is Connecticut. Yeah,
they should force them to stay in school longer in college basketball for a few years instead of one and done.
The problem is basketball has more of a romance to it because it's more intimate, right? There's 5 guys on that are playing at the same time. They're not wearing helmets. They're out there in a tank top and shorts. You see them. You get to know them. You get to watch them from the time they're a freshman till they're a senior. At least that's the way it used to be.
Well, not anymore. Now it's freshman until Christmas time and see you later.
That's what I'm saying. So you lose some of that romanticism with it, right? I mean, that was one of the things growing up in Louisville, huge basketball town, right? The entire Commonwealth was, at least, is. That's one of the things that we enjoyed watching growing up was whether I hated Duke or I hated Kentucky. I liked being able to sit there and go, man, I remember watching this kid when he was a freshman, and now I get to see him as a junior. You don't get that anymore with college basketball. In college football, it doesn't matter as much because there's not that same connection. At least for me, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but
I would say that you are to an extent. Not that you're speaking out of turn, but I think that you have a higher level of love for college basketball than what you do for college football. And I think for a lot of us around here, it would be kind of the polar opposite.
Sure.
And it's one of those things that I think that it stinks when you look at your roster and then you look at another team's roster and it's like, wait, we had like 6 of those guys last year. Now I understand you got to find a way to put yourself in the best available position. And there's a lot of times where what you were saying earlier, kind of to your point, is that the schools seem to always be in the limelight and it's always the players who get the negative rap. And I do think that is, there's a lot of truth to that. However, I think that most of us look at it from the old school position of like, well, you signed up to do that, so kind of stick it out. And that's just not the world we live in these days.
I see what AG is saying.
Yeah.
Like he's saying he's got this love for it and he wants to keep seeing the same product over and over, and it's obviously never going to be the same product as it is right now.
Nothing was the same. Drake said it first.
Okay. BB Eldridge. Okay, sorry. But anyways, I mean, I just went through the same thing watching Sloss leave us and thinking that we're going to lose our entire pitching staff with Max Wiener, and then we're going to lose all the guys on the field and go. We went from this Omaha team Final 2 to nothing, and we were able to retain all those guys. But hopefully, I see what you're saying just with baseball.
Jesus loves you, so do I. We're out of here. Y'all have a great Wednesday evening, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Legend is next.
The cat's out of the cradle, brother. Alabama owes you. It ain't Nick Saban. It's pathetic. We own y'all. Y'all running around talking about you the standard. No, we the standard. Get it through your head. We own this league.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Clear tonight with a low near 59 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunshine tomorrow morning, a light breeze out of the east-northeast, and a temperature of 75. Hotter in the afternoon and evening around 81 with sunshine and a wind at 7 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Sunny Sunday, a light breeze and quite warm around 81. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. ESPN Northwest Florida. We're the radio home of the Mosley Dolphins. He doesn't live paycheck to paycheck. He lives transaction to transaction.
I need about $350.
David Hayes is part of the Afternoon Underdogs on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we are live from Tommy Oliver Stadium. The best of the Afternoon Underdogs show went a little bit long there because I guess when you put the best of shows together, you could do what you got to do to give yourself a little bit extra time here on a big evening. It's David Hayes with Kyle Wright. We also got Ryan, Liam, and Ryan Mulvey in the building with us right now. So thank you guys for gracing us with your presence. We'll be seeing you on this field not too long from now as a great quarterback here in Bay County. I'm speaking of Liam. And shoot, we also got a great athlete in Ryan, which she playing volleyball, right? Yeah, she's playing volleyball right now and does a bunch of other things. And the representative, the Eagle of University Academy, Liam, in the building with us. Beautiful evening, and it's also great to see this big man's beautiful face right in front of me. Kyle Wright back in the building. Kyle, how's everything been going? I know we heard you via the phone yesterday, but we've got you in person now.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back, David. We had a conversation earlier where we talked for a minute. It's like, I just wish somebody would tell me exactly how they're doing. So, how's it been going? Not great. But I am happy to be back in a place where I can get a sense of normality, a sense of normalcy back in my life. And plus, when we're together, good things happen. It's been a great day. And, we got a heck of a football game coming up here in less than an hour.
Yeah, we should be playing the pregame show, but again, another error by the producers. So, I just got to call myself on that and call myself out on that. And so we're bringing you the pregame show. So Coach Brian Haddock, Coach A.D. Siegel, if you do happen to be listening, my bad.
It's too late to apologize.
Yeah, you can't apologize. You just got to keep on moving. Well, I apologize, but we just got to keep on moving forward. So
we appreciate your effort.
Yeah, Tommy Oliver Stadium for the Niceville Eagles and the Mosley Dolphins, 2 6-0 teams. Before we start talking about other sports or other games that are going on tonight, what is the big key? What is the main key tonight for the Mosley Dolphins to come away with a huge victory?
Mosley's got to stop Connor Matthews, man. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. That it's black and white. That's as simple as it gets, man. Mosley's got to be able to stop the run because not only do they have Connor Matthews, they have two quarterbacks that have kind of split time this year that both have a tremendous running stats. Mosley's going to have to stop the run. This game's going to be short. We talk about a running clock all the time. This clock's going to be running, but this is going to be a close game because both of these teams, great running games. I think it was Raiden Bruins made the statement, right? It was we got to stop the run and we got to beat them with the run.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the way this game has to go, man. But I'm excited for this one. I wasn't going to miss. If I had to be up here in a wheelchair and a scissor lift, I was going to be here for this game.
Well, I heard you had a pretty good Uber driver as well.
I did.
Loading this guy back in the back of my truck. Not the back. We actually let him get a little bit of airflow from the air conditioner, but it might have would have been easier just to throw you on the tailgate and push you back.
Because of the brace I'm in and because of the way I have to get into a car, I have to keep my legs straight. So whoever I'm riding with has to kind of help me keep my legs straight as I'm getting in. So David's holding my big old tree trunk leg as I'm scooting up into his truck, and it's pretty funny, but greatly appreciated. You and
absolutely.
Adam Goff, by the way. Shout out to AG Adam Goff for taking care of me on Wednesday and kind of chauffeuring me around Bay County, if you will.
Yeah, no doubt. Beautiful night for some high school football tonight as well. Really excited about this game. This is our third year.
Yeah.
We've called a bunch of games. 31, I guess. Well, some more than others.
Yeah, 28 for me. But yeah.
But the biggest one each year is when the Niceville Eagles
For everything in the world of golf,
over there to Niceville.
it's the Watson Report.
Octavian Jackson tonight.
Yeah.
Do you see him playing
Thursdays
a
at
bigger
4:20
game
with
on
Alan
defensive
Watson
or
from Golf
offensive side of the
Plus.
ball tonight?
I think he's gonna
ESPN
have
Northwest
a bigger impact
Florida.
on the offensive side of the ball because he's going to have to tonight. I do expect Sammy Chisholm to get his normal workload, maybe a little less, but tonight, David, we've seen a really conservative usage of Locavian Jackson on the offensive side of the ball to this point.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be the case tonight. And I don't think it can be the case because he's explosive, he's a playmaker, and honestly, Mosley's going to need that tonight because they're going to need everybody to play the best game of their life because we're out here watching Niceville. They look good.
They do. We're just getting started here on the pregame show. I forgot we had breaks. I was just going to keep on running my mouth for the next 30 minutes, but we do got to pay some bills, and we do want to thank our sponsors, Panama City Toyota, where relationships are born, orthopedic specialists, getting people back in the game, and by Chapman Wealth Management. You're listening to ESPN Northwest Florida, your home for the Mosley Dolphins. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your touchdown headquarters for the Mosley Dolphins and the Auburn Tigers.
Touchdown, Auburn!
Plus, premier college and NFL games. Your source for the most live football on the Gulf Coast in a rich audio experience.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Clear tonight with a low near 59 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunshine tomorrow morning, a light breeze out of the east-northeast, and a temperature of 75. Hotter in the afternoon and evening around 81 with sunshine and a wind at 7 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Sunny Sunday, a light breeze and quite warm around 81. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hello, this is Rick Vosser with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer, located at 2241 East Baldwin Road. Shopping for a garage, portable building, cabin? We build them anywhere from 8 to 16 foot wide, 10 feet to 60 feet long. We can do insulation, electricity, transom dormers, thermal windows. Come, let's customize a building together. Rick Vossen, Stormore Portable Building Dealer, Panama City.
Experience a higher level of service. For over 32 years, David Adamson Designer Jewelry has been providing you the very best of fine jewelry and repair in Lynn Haven. Now, David has added Amber Anderson and Russ Klinger to help you find the one-of-a-kind engagement ring, anniversary gift, or something just for you. You've trusted Amber and Russ in PCB for years, and now they're together again at David Adamson Designer Jewelry in Lynn Haven. To celebrate, they're now having their fall inventory reduction sale. 25 to 75% off store-wide. 830 Ohio Avenue in Lynn Haven, right across from the Lynn Haven City Hall.
Who was hired? Who was fired? Trades, drafts, and playoffs. We're talking about it.
That trade, when it was made, was the right trade.
Now back to the Afternoon Underdogs, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back here live from the Don Heaton press box at Tommy Oliver Stadium. That's why you don't let me bring it in, Dave. Here in beautiful Panama City, Florida. It's a beautiful night. We call it football weather here, man. It's, I think, in the high 60s. The lights are already on. The sun's going down. Both teams are suited up and ready to go. We got just above, I think, about 35 minutes until kickoff. I'm ready, Dave. I'm so ready for this game. I think at the beginning of the season, we circled this game like, all right, that's going to be the one because it's going to be both teams' seventh game. Now, we didn't think that this game was going to be like we knew it was probably for the district championship. Yeah. But the winner of this game is probably also going to host a playoff game this year,
which is something we have not been able to experience yet because last year we were down there in Gainesville to take on Buchholz, and that was a different animal.
Yeah, that was something that we had not seen, but I mean that was still a cool trip for us. We got to go to Gainesville, which is we got terrible.
To stand outside of Spurrier's.
Yeah, we got terrible city, but we did get to go to Gainesville last year, and we got to hang out a lot. So that was really cool, and a beautiful stadium that they ended up playing at. I would say probably the most beautiful stadium in Gainesville.
Oh, there you go. Shots are flying as we are here at Tommy Oliver Stadium, as Kyle mentioned. There's something. Oh, you mentioned football weather. It's like, yeah, we got to wait till the seventh game of the season to get to football weather. Dude, we've had some good nights. Milton, when I first got to Milton, you weren't there with me for that one. That was the second game after the injury, right? How many games have you missed now?
Two. I missed two. Yeah, I missed not Escambia. I missed Escambia.
Escambia and Milton.
I missed Escambia and Milton, which ironically enough, Escambia is the only common opponent for these two teams, and we're going to talk a little bit about that here in a bit.
How did you know that was the segue? But the night at Milton when I first got there, hot as all get out, bro, because we had just had that kind of cool snap. I wouldn't even call it a cold. It wasn't a cold snap, but it was like 75 degrees. Like, all right, you can deal with that.
September, it's like, in the low 80s.
Yeah, right. And then that next Monday was just, whoa, hot dog. It was hot. And you go into the press box, because there was a press box at Milton. Normally when we're on the road, we just get up into the visiting stands and call the game from there.
Which I enjoy. I really do enjoy that.
I love it, and I wish I would have made that choice that evening because the press box, nice amenity, I guess, if you will, but hot in there and no air conditioning unit and there was no breeze. So you're just like, all right, well, you just got to deal with what you got to deal with. And once you get done setting it up, that's the, moving around and getting all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But then the night started cooling down a little bit. And so it wasn't necessarily football weather, but it was nice. As you mentioned, though, Escambia is the lone mutual opponent at this point of the season that both teams have played, both of them coming in 6-0. If you want to go over Niceville's schedule, and then we'll talk about the comparison there of how each team did against Escambia.
Yeah, I typed it all out, like opponents and everything, but I'll kind of shorten this thing up just a little bit here. Niceville so far 6-0. Both of these teams are 6-0. Just to kind of cover Niceville first, they battled South Sumter. They beat them 35-28. They beat Escambia 42-21. They beat Pine Forest 36-14. Then their next 3 games were all on the road, so this is their 4th road game in a row. So it's important to note that as well. They won at Crestview 35-14. They won at Choctaw 42-25, which to us is we're looking at this as the best win that either team has right now.
I would say so.
Right. So at Choctaw, 42-25 win, and then at Gulf Breeze last week, a 41-7 win. Like we said, the only common opponent is Escambia. We'll get to that in just a second. It's a run over Mosley.
Yeah.
At Rutherford, technically it's at Rutherford, but it was still here in Tommy Oliver. They've only left Tommy Oliver one time this season.
Yeah.
So they're well
Are you
rested.
ready to go under
They
the
should be ready
lights?
for tonight.
Mosley Dolphin football is back.
Wide open down the sideline.
ESPN Northwest Florida brings you live play-by-play coverage all season long. With David Hayes
Touchdown, Mosley Dolphins.
and Kyle Wright.
You take the top off the defense, and the interception turns into points for the Mosley offense.
Portrays that as well.
Exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
The team that
Best
fought
Way
the
Portable
most
Buildings has been your
against the
portable
Mosley
building
Dolphins.
specialist since 1989.
I'll just
Before
keep
you
going
invest
while
your
you're talking
hard-earned
about it. There
money
was one point
someplace
in that game,
else,
David, where we
owner
were
Jason
like,
Mulder invites you to
Mosley's,
stop by Best
we
Way
kinda
and get a
both thought
quote
Mosley
on
might
just
hang
about any
70-80 on Rutherford, and then Rutherford never stopped fighting. They score before halftime. They score out of halftime. And all of a sudden, we're like, wow, this is going to be a heck of a game. And then, of course, Mosley ends up running away with it there at the end. The score, like you said, is a little worse than the game was. Then the Bay High game, 53-15. They won versus Rickards, 35-7. Versus Navarre, 36-7. Escambia, the first game I missed, they won 38-13. And then at Milton, 42-14. The combined record for Niceville's opponents this year is 19-18. Combined record for Mosley's opponents is 14-25. So pretty significant strength of record there. Unfortunately for Mosley, which could play a major factor tonight, Dave. But now here's the part that does. Mosley's beating the teams they should beat the way they should beat them.
That's so true.
Now, South Sumter, Niceville's first game of the year. You got some growing pains coming out of the gate. They only won that game by a touchdown. South Sumter is 33-4 on the season. So Niceville has outscored their opponents this season 231-109. Mosley has outscored their opponents this year 257-84. So a pretty significant scoring gap for the Mosley Dolphins.
Yeah, no, and that's something that if you are going to play team, and that's out of the control of Mosley.
Right.
And I would never want to see that change. Why? Because I want to see the Arnold versus Mosley. You want to see, just 2 years ago, Bay took down Mosley. How big was that for Bay? For Rutherford, it
was Coach Brown's first year too, so it was like this big thing. It was wild.
I enjoyed the cross-county games. Next week we're going to be hosting Arnold right here at Tommy Oliver Stadium, so you know that's going to be a fun game as well, especially for the athletes, right? Because these kids know each other. A lot of these kids have played football on the same teams together, and so it just makes the atmosphere a little bit more, the environment just a little bit more competitive.
Right.
But I don't know if it gets more competitive than what we're going to see on this football field tonight.
Now, there is a heck of a game going on also on the other side of the bridge tonight.
Sir.
That has to be mentioned. That's Fort Walton Beach coming over to play Arnold, correct? I think it's
Fort Walton Beach. Yeah, they're playing at Gabler.
Right.
Yes.
So they're
I was
coming
actually
over
trying to pull up the schedule of what we got going on in this area tonight.
You're good. I kind of put you on the spot there. But this game is the biggest one. I think probably might be the biggest one in the state of Florida tonight. There could be recruiters out there.
Yeah.
There are some big teams on bye weeks this week. I know Florida State's on a bye week this week. University of Miami's on a bye week this week. So there's some big schools that could be maybe in attendance out there tonight, Dave. So, I mean, this is the one. If you're looking at the game, the slate for the state of Florida, we are in the booth to call this, and we are so blessed, man. I'm so happy that we get to do this, and I'm hyped. I'm ready.
I'm glad to have you back. I do want to give you the opportunity over the air, because I've expressed this over and over again with Robert Fleming, him stepping in, and we've talked about this.
He's supposed to join us at some point, so I definitely want to.
I haven't texted him. So, Robert, if you're listening, come on up here, and or you want to text him and tell him come up here for the final segment of the pregame show, just so we can do this face to face. But I just, again, man, the guy, you already know that he's an awesome human being just from the stories.
Hi, this is Ryan Mulvey from the Inside Drive. Join me and Jay for the Afternoon Delight for the wildest stories of the day. Weekdays at noon, right here on the Sports Talk Monster, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Through that, I got to make a good friend out of that, and I really do appreciate him stepping up and filling in and making it an enjoyable game to call, even though I didn't have my cohort in the booth with me.
No, man, I listened to both of those broadcasts, especially the Escambia one, because I was able to put it up on the TV. It was so cool, so easy. But the Milton game was a little more complicated because I had to listen to it on my phone, but also, Miami Dolphins were playing that night. But Miami Dolphins, Mosley Dolphins, I think Mosley could probably beat Miami this year, so that wasn't exactly a competitive listen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But when you have ADHD, you can only focus on one at a time, so it is what it is. But you guys did a great job, man. Robert Fleming, I can't say enough how much I appreciate him and his wife, Leanne, the president, I think, of the Mosley Touchdown Club. They have just been a godsend in my life personally, so thank you guys. If you're listening, if you're not, I'll say it in person, especially to you, Robert, if you make your way up here before the game. If you're listening right now, of course, I did send him over a text.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So good to see that Landon Hawthorne's available tonight and going to be in the starting lineup. He kind of went through a little bit of a health scare earlier this week. We won't go into the details here on the air, but
maybe after the game.
Maybe. But good to see that he is in the starting lineup tonight, because Mosley is going to need everybody they have tonight, David.
Yes, they are, and Bay used everyone that they have had last night with a 35-13 Benji Belmondella, ladies and gentlemen. That guy is so awesome, man.
You knew he'd be here.
Absolutely. But Bay last night getting a big-time win over West Florida, the score 35-13, and then Bozeman with a 3-point win over Port St. Joe, 21-18. Bay wins the district with that win over West Florida. Again, another team
Good for Bay, man.
Another team whose record is not indicative of how their season is going. They were 2-4 going into that game last night, but a close, very tough loss to Arnold. Obviously, the tough loss from the tough loss for against Mosley. And now he's not even the myth. It's just the man, the legend.
Let me get up and make this man some room. Let me get up and make this man some room.
Robert, you want to just grab that mic, whatever you want to do, man. We'll get you mic checked up here live on the air. Great for you, or thank you for coming up here and hanging out with us. How are you doing today?
Doing well, man. Excited that it's finally here. Game that we've been waiting for all season, and so it's game time has arrived. We've been counting down the hours today.
Yes, we have.
So it's just watching the teams warm up, and it's an exciting time for Mosley football and for Bay County football.
Yes, it is. You got some notes over there, so I'm just going to kind of let you run with it. What do you got for us tonight?
I don't know what else probably needs to be said. We have Niceville, who's coming in. They're riding high like they usually are. They have Connor Matthews at running back, Eddie Love at running back, number 28, and number 2 different styles. Connor Matthews is kind of a bruiser, physical, but really good athlete. Eddie Love is more of a running back with a little bit of a Kadarius Toney feel to him, where you watch him on film and he's just really electric with the ball in his hands. He's missed some game time because I heard he punched a wall and broke his hand. And I haven't seen him in warm-ups yet. I've been talking to folks, but the last game that I saw them play, Gulf Breeze, they had an open week last week, but he had one of his hands was in a club, so he's playing, but he only had use of one hand last week. So
back in your playing days, did you ever have a club on? Did that help you on the offensive line?
I actually had a cast on whenever I played tight end, and no, that did not help.
It was not a threat out of the backfield at all.
That's right. It was just pure blocking at that point. But looking at Niceville and looking at Mosley out there in warm-ups, it's one of those situations where both teams have a lot of good athletes. You look at, and you guys have probably seen it, I can't remember the name of their free safety, but he looks 6'2", 6'3"-ish. And so you have a guy with that kind of length on Niceville roaming around in the defensive backfield. It's something that Sammy Freitas is going to have to be aware of. I'm sure he is already, but you just worry about, throwing over the middle with a guy like that out there. So there's just so many matchups in this game that are going to be exciting to watch. How does Raiden Bruins handle the offensive line of Niceville, and how does Niceville handle him? Because you get pressure on the quarterback that can make good things happen for your defense, and likewise, Niceville, and I think we might have talked about this a little bit, likes to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. If you watch their tape, they like to bring more than 4 rushers. They'll bring linebackers oftentimes. They'll bring a guy that's kind of in a little bit of a La'Kavian Jackson type position for them, where it's kind of a safety nickel outside linebacker guy that's really dynamic. I think already has a football college offer. His name is John Bocchino, number 13. So look out for him. Another guy that they have on defense at linebacker, Maddox Hales, number 9. He's committed to the Naval Academy. And so you have some guys over on there that side of the ball that they like to try to create havoc along the offense. And so what I would expect, what I would hope for the Mosley football team is you're not always going to send out every one of your available receivers. Keep in a back or two, keep in an Adam Land or a Fletcher Taylor to help with the offensive line on some protections when they're bringing more than 4, 5, 6 guys to give Sammy some protection, because one of the things you have to be concerned about is if Sammy gets rushed heavily, maybe he throws the ball at a time that he shouldn't, and it could create a turnover situation for Niceville. So there's just a lot of matchups, a lot of things to be excited about this game, because I think Mosley has caught up with Niceville from a talent perspective. I know you guys haven't watched Mosley the last couple of years, no more than anybody, the talent that's out there at the skill positions for Mosley. And so I'm excited to see that matchup.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the offensive attack this evening is going to be more aerial or ground and pound?
Or we're talking about Mosley's
offense.
So Mosley offensive attack, I think. So I think Tommy Joe.
You got to be specific with a lawyer,
I just want to answer your question correctly.
Absolutely.
I think Tommy Joe Whidden is an offensive guy, likes to throw the ball. Offensive guru, very good offensive coach, very good head coach, and he likes to throw the football. It's like, Steve Spurrier, whenever he was coach of the Gators, he was known for throwing the football, but he also knew that you had to establish the run. I don't think that this is going to be a game like Rickards where it was pouring rain, and so every play for the first half, it seemed Mosley was running the ball. But I think Tommy Joe, Coach Whidden, likes to come out throwing the ball. It would not surprise me if he threw some short wide receiver screen type passes like we saw last week against Milton. If you recall, one of the first plays of the game was a short little wide receiver screen to Carson Griffin. Adam Land out blocking for him and picked up 40, 50 yards. It would not surprise me to see plays like that. We saw it in the second half as well. He went back to Carson Griffin on a play like that. He went to Jack Massey as well on a play like that. So it would not surprise me. We saw it in Escambia as well, where he hit Fletcher Taylor out in the flat, and Fletcher took it 50 yards, 60 yards for a touchdown against Escambia. So it would
that was a powerful run.
Oh, absolutely. So it would not surprise me if he came out throwing the ball, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be going deep on every play. But he's going to certainly mix in Sammy Chisholm. I think I would be surprised if we didn't see LaCavian Jackson at running back more than we typically do.
That's why I pulled my stat sheet over. You beat me to the question.
Yeah, I think that we see a lot of LaCavian Jackson at running back in the red zone. I think what we're going to see, I would be surprised if we did not see a steadier dose of LaCavian Jackson at running back. We also saw in one of the last home games, we saw Jack Massey and Carson Griffin in the defensive backfield as well. Some you guys probably recall that. I would be surprised if we didn't see a little bit more of that as well. I'm also interested to see how the defense does against run-heavy Niceville. If they change up, usually they're in a 3-4. Mosley is a 3-4 defense. 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers. See whether they bring in an extra D lineman. See whether they bring in an extra linebacker or walk a linebacker up more. So it's a game of matchups. These coaches know each other really well. Coach Whidden and the Niceville head coach, coached together at Niceville, and so they know each other's tendencies. They know how they like to coach, and so it'll be an interesting chess match to watch between these two staffs.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so on paper, it seems like Mosley has an advantage in at least one realm, because it seems like their 2 quarterbacks have struggled to throw the ball this year. Mosley seems like they're going to be able to trust their corners one-on-one and sell out to stop the run, whereas Niceville, I don't think they're going to be able to have that same luxury because Mosley's got playmakers everywhere. Do you think that's fair to say?
No, I absolutely think you hit the nail on the head. I think that looking at Bonji's article today, he picked Mosley by 10. If somebody put a gun to my head, I would probably pick Mosley, but it's going to be a close game, I think. And I think part of that is because Mosley has more balance on the offensive side of the ball. I don't think you can focus just on 1 or 2 players on Mosley just because they have Sammy Freitas has so many weapons to go to. Right. And one of my concerns about Niceville offensively is we're focusing a lot on the run. Their quarterback does like to go deep, and I agree. He's almost like a little bit reminds me of a Nico Freeman who was from Escambia, really tall, long quarterback, not exceptionally accurate. So I think on the season he may be somewhere between 50 and 55% completion percentage, the Niceville quarterback. And so he is a dual threat. He can run the ball. But one of my concerns is that their wide receivers have some length. Mosley has a couple of really good defensive backs, cornerbacks that have played really well this year, Marshall Williams and Christian Brown, but they're both probably between 5'8" and 5'10", and so there's a little bit of a height disadvantage there. Now, those guys have played, like I said, extremely well this year, and that's not affected them so far, but you just look for where are there some opportunities for each team. Maybe that's an opportunity there, but I absolutely agree with you that if you're looking at Mosley's offense, stopping that offense, it's really difficult to see, okay, what are we going to choose to take away because there's so many other options, whereas Niceville, load up, let's stop the run and make Niceville on offense beat Mosley with something that Niceville is uncomfortable doing.
I love it. Great answers. We do got to get to a break here. Robert, you going to go find your seat, or you going to spend your last the last segment with us?
Guys, I'm here at your leisure, whatever you want me to do. If you send me away, I'm fine with that. If you want me to talk for another 15 minutes, I'm fine with that too.
We're going to figure it out here at the break. Hey, this is the pregame show, normally hosted by Coach Andy Siegel and Brian Haddad.
Whose fault is that?
That's David Hayes' fault. Sometimes you make a mistake every now and again. You just got to roll with the punches. This is ESPN Northwest Florida, your home for the Mosley Dolphins. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to go under the lights? Mosley Dolphin football is back.
Wide open down the sideline.
ESPN Northwest Florida brings you live play-by-play coverage all season long. With David Hayes.
Touchdown, Mosley Dolphins.
And Kyle Wright.
You take the top off the defense, and the interception turns into points for the Mosley offense.
Exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
We are live and local. From Camp Helen State Park to the historic Martin Theater.
Definitely time to let our hair down and have some fun.
It's the Afternoon Underdogs. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back here at Tommy Oliver Stadium. The Niceville crowd is starting to file in. What is the Mosley side looking like, Robert?
It's actually filling in pretty good. You know, you want to see everybody shoulder to shoulder. It's not shoulder to shoulder, but it is filling in, and there's excitement there. And I was wondering about the Niceville band, whether they were indeed coming, and sure enough, the Niceville band, it looks like, has arrived. So, you know, you want our side to dwarf their side as visitors, and I think we're doing that so far.
Yes, we are. And I have been trying to encourage people, go over there to the Niceville side, wear green and orange, and sit on the Niceville side and cheer when the Dolphins are doing big things. Let's see, what's the direction that we want to go in our final segment here? Only have about 10 minutes. What do you expect from, no, not what we expect. What does Mosley need from the quarterback tonight, Sammy Freitas?
So Sammy Freitas is just do everything that he's done. Do everything that he's done this year already. Sammy Freitas is a leader of the team, not just offensively, but over the whole team. And so he's done an extremely good job of limiting turnovers, finding his receivers in space, and letting playmakers make plays. And so that's what I think he needs to do whenever there's pressure. You know, don't just throw the ball up for grabs. Throw the ball away. And if you can't throw the ball away, sometimes it's better just to eat it rather than just throwing it across the middle for just somebody to pick off. So that would be my advice to Sammy Freitas. And I'm no quarterback, but what he just needs to do is keep doing what he's been doing this year, which is distributing the ball to his playmakers, letting them make plays. He has plenty of them out there, and just don't try to do too much.
Great stuff. I mean, every answer is just like, I'm hanging on to every word. Jack Massey, Carson Griffin, Low Jack. We talked about all the weapons. Who could be maybe an X factor this evening?
You know, man, that's hard to predict because they all do so well. You know, Jack Massey coming off a huge game against Milton last game. He had a huge game, if you recall, last year against Niceville. Yeah. I mean, just played phenomenally well. So, you know, you have him on kickoff return. You have him on punt return. You have him on just as a receiver. And so, you know, Jack Massey could be a big one, but there are so many between Jack Massey, Carson Griffin, LaCavian Jackson, Adam Land, Fletcher Taylor. All of those guys have had games this year where they showed out. And so it's really hard to predict. But that's why I think it's hard for Niceville to defend this Mosley team, because you just never know. And if they're trying to defend the pass so well, then you have Sammy Chisholm, who I think has played extremely well as a running back this year.
Kyle, you got any questions over there?
Nah, man. I mean, it's all cut and dry. I mean, obviously we know the key on defense is going to be stopping the run with the linebackers. Now, we know Landon Hawthorne not 100%, unfortunately, tonight. Do you think that there's a chance that that's going to play a big role? Because Mosley's already out, Talon Moore. So now your other starting safety is banged up. How big of a role? Because you talked about they can throw the ball deep. Like that's kind of worrisome. Huh?
Yeah, and it's just as worrisome for me on stopping the run, because Landon Hawthorne comes down so significantly to stop the running game as a safety. He comes down and makes big time tackles, and so to me, I want to make sure that those lanes are close. So that's what would concern me, is Landon Hawthorne being limited or being out.
We're going to take a break for the national anthem right here. This just snuck up on me, guys. We'll be right back. This is ESPN Northwest Florida.
This just in. Get the latest sports news, scores, and updates from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes action, live streams, and the chance to interact with your favorite hosts.
Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected.
Join the conversation on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Search for ESPN Northwest Florida and crush the follow button.
I follow you on social media.
We're always here to keep you in the game.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Clear tonight with a low near 59 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunshine tomorrow morning, a light breeze out of the east-northeast, and a temperature of 75. Hotter in the afternoon and evening around 81 with sunshine and a wind at 7 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Sunny Sunday, a light breeze and quite warm around 81. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN
So you've
Northwest
heard the
Florida.
saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job, it's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting your family.
WVLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Living, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
Panama City Toyota and Orthopedic Associates presents Mosley Dolphins football on 104.3 and 101.9 and the ESPN Northwest Florida app. Mosley Dolphins football is sponsored by Panama City Toyota, Orthopedic Specialists, and Chapman Wealth Management. ESPN Northwest Florida is going under the lights. Now, your play-by-play hosts, David Hayes and Kyle Wright.
Kyle, are you ready? It's David Hayes, Kyle Wright on the call here at Tommy Oliver Stadium. One of us standing just a little bit better than the other.
I got that shoulder lane.
The knee lean. We got to thank our sponsors, Panama City Toyota, Orthopedic Specialist, and the second quarter sponsor, who, since no one else wanted to sponsor quarters this year, I'm just giving them all to Jay Chapman. But you still have some time. We do it by the game if you'd like to, and we would love to have you helping us advertise here for the Mosley Dolphins. It's youth football night tonight.
Man,
it is
huge.
military appreciation tonight, and we've got our American flag colors on as it is a USA theme tonight. I'm not sure many people got the memo as the crowd looks primarily green and orange as the Niceville Eagles are walking very slowly to their end zone, which is on the left side here of the press box. And they look very businesslike this evening from Tommy Oliver Stadium, where the 6-0 Niceville Eagles are ready to take on the 6-0 Mosley Dolphins.
It really just doesn't get any bigger than this, David. Honestly, like when you talk about our job, what we do, when you talk about high school football in Bay County, when you talk about high school football in the state of Florida, David, it just does not get any bigger than it's about to be here in about 10 minutes.
I am excited for it. We do need to give Kramer GM a little bit, a lot of love as well. See if I can get to this kind of quickly. The vehicles tonight, which will be parked out front, you've got the new 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 RST four-wheel drive crew cab, along with the 2024 GMC Canyon AT 4x4 wheel drive with the crew cab as well. So stop by, take a look, and take a picture right in front of those beautiful vehicles this evening. Again,
don't have my Mosley roster, so I had to put yours there in the middle.
Yeah, put it in the middle.
I took it out to do some studying during the week, and
I think you stole my Niceville roster, but we'll get all of that squared away here. We're going to have another 30-second break right before we get to the kickoff. They are at the 50-yard line right now, meeting the captains for the Mosley Dolphins: Jack Massey, Sawyer Schultz, Wyatt Fleming, and Sammy Freitas, along with 4 captains from the Niceville Eagles. We are getting very close to kickoff, and I'm so excited about this game. Last year, I'm going to try, if we get into another situation, to pull myself a little bit, to pull my microphone a little bit away from myself, because I know that it might have popped some of y'all's speakers last year. But another thing, the hype video that's been playing between the third and the fourth quarter, Kyle, that call is good. That call is from that game.
Yep.
Might not have happened that night, but that goal is from that game, and I am ready for the third and the fourth quarter tonight as a hype video is playing right now. Niceville Eagles clapping it up in the left end zone. Mosley Dolphins getting ready to run through the tunnel. Referees huddled up at the 50-yard line, and this is Mosley Dolphin football right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Where else can they hear us, Kyle?
Hey, man, you guys can listen on obviously, like he said, 104.3 FM, but I think, honestly, the best way to do it, you can download the ESPN Northwest Florida app. Then no matter where you are, as long as you have cell phone signal, you'll have a clear-cut signal on this game. But if you're sitting at home or if you're on your way home, sometimes it's hard to just listen, Dave. So you can go to the Mosley Football YouTube channel and you can listen to us live. We will be synchronized with the video feed from the Mosley Football YouTube channel. So that's also, in my opinion, my favorite way to listen. But if you can't do that, if you don't want to do either one of those, I believe we are live on Facebook as well, where you can hear the audio there.
We are streaming. Big thanks to Robert Fleming for joining us in the pregame show. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. When we get back, it's time for some high school football at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss this. If you're listening right now and you ain't got nothing going on, get down here to Tommy Oliver Stadium. I promise this will not disappoint. We're back in 30 seconds. This is ESPN Northwest Florida, your home for Mosley Dolphin football.
This just in. Get the latest sports news, scores, and updates from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes action, live streams, and the chance to interact with your favorite hosts.
Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected.
Join the conversation on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Search for ESPN Northwest Florida and crush the follow button.
I follow you on social media.
We're always here to keep you in the game. It's time. David Hayes and Kyle Wright are taking you to kickoff. Mosley Dolphins football. Exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Let's go, everyone, on their feet as the Mosley Dolphins have made their way through the tunnel with those beautiful white helmets with the orange stripe going down the middle of the helmet, outlined by 2 thin green stripes. Mosley in script green across each side of the helmet, outlined in orange. They've got the green jerseys on, white numbers, orange stripe outlined in green, white stripes, and the green pants with another thick orange stripe going down the side with 2 white stripes on either side, or 1 white stripe on either side of the pants. And then Niceville, it looks like the Hurricanes versus the Aggies tonight, as Niceville has the maroon helmets with white jerseys, maroon numbers, and all white pants with a maroon stripe going down the side. And we are ready for kickoff at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Both bands here, so we're going to get a little battle of the bands at halftime, which means you're not really going to get much of a halftime recap here from the boys.
I'm going to need a rest by then, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you're struggling to stand up right now, but here we go. The Golden Toe, which that nickname coined by Coach Carter. I'm not taking credit for that. Maverick Wright, the Golden Toe, has that ball teed up at the 40-yard line in the middle of the field. Mosley is going to kick off, so that means they'll receive it in the second half, and we're going from the right to the left. 2 return men deep at the 5-yard line for the Niceville Eagles, and that ball is up, and when he kicks it from the right to the left, it's into the end zone. Niceville, I guess, called for a fair catch. He did take it out of the end zone, but it was a fair catch, so they're going to get that ball at the 20-yard line.
Are you allowed to? I guess high school is a little bit different, but he advanced a fair catch there. I thought that maybe that. I don't know if that's a penalty.
Commonplace lately is that sometimes they'll call you for a delay of game.
Right. Well, listen, this is what you're not going to get from me that you guys got from Robert Fleming over the last couple of weeks is like knowing the rules, knowing everything about the players. So, great job. Thank you again, Robert Fleming, for filling in with me. David, there's a lot of storylines tonight, but this is the most interesting one, and I'm glad the Dolphins are starting on defense for us to figure this out. How is this Mosley Dolphins defense going to be able to fare against Connor Matthews and his fierce rushing attack of the Niceville Eagles?
And they're starting from the 20-yard line. The quarterback has got 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 now in motion, and they're going to give it to him on the run, and he is stuffed at the 20-yard line. Mosley with a pod of Dolphins taking him down.
That's number 27, Will Arboleta, leading the charge there with a pod of my Mosley Dolphins, and of course LaKavion Jackson in on the tackle as well. Sawyer Schultz, Wyatt Fleming, just an incredible Mosley defense, and they're going to need everything they've got tonight.
So it looks like it is Kane LaFortune, really cool name as a football player, and at quarterback. He's got his running back to the right of him. This time 2 wide receivers on the right side. They are on the near side of the field. We just got underway. They do give the ball to who? Number 28, Connor Matthews. And as Raiden Bruin said, they were going to stop the run. He was in on the tackle there.
He led the charge, of course, there with Cole Archambault playing a little defensive line tonight.
Jack Massey is in on the defensive side of the ball, as we mentioned, as Robert Fleming mentioned. They were in on defense against Milton as the game was. The nail wasn't in the final nail wasn't in the coffin, but here's a big 3rd and 10. Niceville working from the left to the right here in the first quarter. He's looking. He's got a man on the outside. Good defense there. Almost a great grab. No flag flies.
There we go.
Did you feel like was that just a little hand fighting there? Christian Brown, great defense.
So listen, even when it benefits the team that I'm watching, one thing that I hate personally is a pass interference call on an underthrown ball. I always hate that call, no matter the context, no matter the team. So I do think there was a little hand fighting there. Could it have been a flag? Maybe, but I'm glad he swallowed the flag, and I'm glad Christian Brown did not get penalized for really just a great defensive play and a poorly thrown ball.
I hope that the referees let these youngins play this evening. 4th and 9. Niceville's going to punt, and that punt is up. Jack Massey at his own 40-yard line. The ball bounces, takes another hop, and it almost rolls to the 35-yard line. It'll be in between the 35 and the 36-yard line on the near side of the field, and Mosley's going to take over with 10:32 remaining in this first quarter from their 35.5-yard line.
Really could not have asked for a better start from the Mosley defense. Now the offense got to come out and do their job here, Dave. I'm peeking a little bit, and I'm sorry about it, but there's a lot of excitement in my voice for so many reasons, my brother. We are back. I'm back, and we've got a heck of a football game going on right now. Here we go.
2 tight ends for the Mosley Dolphins on the right side of the offensive line. 1 wide receiver on either side. And the white hat is heading over to an official who threw a pink flag in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we'll get the call here.
Prior to the snap, offside.
There we go.
5 yards.
That moves the ball up to the 41-yard line. It'll split the sticks, so we've got a 1st and 5 from the near side of the field. 10:32 remaining here in the first quarter in a tie ball game at 0-0 between Niceville and Mosley. Adam Land and Fletcher Taylor move from the right to the left. Carson Griffin takes a step in. It's going to be a give. It's Locavian Jackson. That's low jack, and he runs, and he jacks a man up. I don't think the ball came out. No, he held on to it. They're across the 50-yard line into Niceville territory, and it keeps on going. If the man touches the ball, he's getting 10 yards almost every time.
Yeah,
and for the one real quick other stat Angie brought up,
go ahead.
Every other carry for him is a touchdown.
Oh, I love that. So I maybe give him the ball again right here. Now, Fletcher Taylor and Raiden Bruins both playing tight end side by side, leading the charge there, blocking, and looks like similar formation, just flipped here.
All right. All three of those tight ends, Adam Lamb, Raiden Bruins, and Fletcher Taylor, move out to the wide receiver position, and just a tough throw there for Fletcher Taylor to corral on his side of the 50, and that falls incomplete to bring up 2nd and 10 here with 10:01 remaining in the first quarter.
After I think the second or third game of the season, I know I've said this a few times, David, but we had Coach Tommy Joe Whidden on the line with us there at the station, and he told us he believes he has 3 D1 tight ends on this roster right now. Fletcher Taylor being the youngest, who I believe was our player of the game the last home game against Escambia, our Slim Chickens player of the game. So look for a big game from him tonight. That was just a tough play there.
Adam Land and Fletcher Taylor move from the tight end position to the wide receiver spot. Jack Massey moves from running back to the slot receiver on the right side of the field. They're going to work it outside to Jaden Sapp. He makes a man miss. Then he is slung down to gain 2 yards there and bring up 3rd and 8.
Nice job by Niceville, not freaking out by all the pre-snap motion from Mosley, and it's going to set up a 3rd and long situation here. If you're Mosley, I'm not sure you have to get all this in one play. I mean, this is kind of 4-down territory in high school football.
Well, Sammy Chisholm comes on to make the running back quarterback tandem Sammy squared. Got Carson Griffin, the wide receiver closest to us in the press box. Jaden Sapp, the furthest wide receiver. And then Jack Massey is the slot receiver on the right side of the offensive line. Sammy Chisholm, the running back, on the left hip of the quarterback, Sammy Freitas. Jack Massey in motion. It's a give to Sammy Chisholm. He's lightning. He's electric. He battles, and he picks up a couple more, and it'll bring up 4th down and a decision for the Dolphins.
Yeah, 4th and about 4 here for Mosley. This is a tough coaching decision because you're right at the 40-yard line. You never want to give Niceville great field position, but this is too far for a field goal, too short for a punt. I just think I'm confident in Mosley's ability to pick up 5 yards.
4th and 4 here from the 42-yard line, and they need to get the ball to the 36-yard line of the Niceville Eagles. 3 wide receivers to the left of the offensive line. Sammy Freitas has his running back, Sammy Chisholm, on the right hip. And it looks like we're going to get a Mosley Dolphins timeout. 8:34 remains in a 0-0 ball game here live from Tommy Oliver Stadium. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. You're listening to the Mosley Dolphins football broadcast.
Hello, this is Rick Vossen with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer, located at 2241 East Baldwin Road. Shopping for a garage, portable building, cabin? We build them anywhere from 8 to 16 foot wide, 10 feet to 60 feet long. We can do insulation, electricity, transom dormers, thermal windows. Come, let's customize a building together. Rick Vossen, Stormore portable building dealer, Panama City.
Big 4th down coming for the Mosley Dolphins. 8:34 in the first quarter. They've got the ball on Niceville's 42-yard line from the right to the left. Locavian Jackson in at the slot receiver. He motions from the left side of the offensive line towards the right. Sammy Freitas all alone. It's going to be a fake give to Locavian Jackson. Sammy Freitas right up the middle. He takes a big hit, but he has got a Dolphins first down.
Now that's the play call. That's why you use the timeout. That's why you draw that up. Sammy Freitas does not run a lot, but when he does, Dave, he is so dangerous with those legs. Obviously selling out there, thinking that the handoff's going to go to Locavian Jackson, and it doesn't. Incredible play call by the Mosley Dolphins, and great use of the timeout there because there was some miscommunication.
After the big 4th down turned into a first down, it's going to be a give, this time to Lojack. He splits the middle. There he goes. Is going to the 5, to the end zone. That man is something special. My goodness, what a run from Locavian Jackson with 8:04 remaining. And think about that young man.
Hey,
Mosley
every other carry.
Every other
I'm sorry,
carry.
I'm beaking a lot, aren't I?
I had to tune it out a little bit. We're good.
Hey, listen, not only am I in this booth as somebody who is An employee of ESPN and hobbled as well. But I am also Mosley alumni, bro. So this is like the biggest season in Mosley football history. And let's see what we're going to do here because they tend to do this, Dave.
Sam Frieda steps up from the holding position. You got Carson Griffin over there on a little screen, and that ball was almost intercepted. Instead, just batted down. And so instead of getting the 2-point conversion, you're looking at a 6-0 lead here with 8:04 remaining in this first quarter. We love the play call on fourth down where you had Locavian Jackson in a motion from the right towards the left. They fake the give to him. Sammy pulls it, and he continues up the middle. What else did you like from that drive?
I mean, there was no panic from the Mosley offense. So, I mean, I think in a district game, a game like this, I'm not a big fan of going for the 2 there. I mean, obviously, it's kind of the kind of thing like where if you get it, it's a great play call, right? It's a great decision. But honestly, David, I think you got to take the points in this situation. And that's the only thing I didn't like about that right there.
I get it, but we've seen that almost every time.
Yeah.
Every time this year when they scored first, or their first touchdown on their first offensive possession, they would go for 2. And it bodes well, right? Because how did Mosley get the lead in that last year against these Niceville Eagles?
Going for 2.
Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Maverick Wright is heading back to his 30-yard line. 8:04 here in the first quarter, and Mosley leads 6-0. Kicking from the right to the left, 2 return men back deep for the Niceville Eagles. End over end, received at the 5. And he's got 2 Mosley men on him, and then Christian Brown takes him down after he gets across the 25. This Powerade is giving me the hiccups right now.
I always wondered about that, like people up in the booth, like these guys, they work for ESPN and everything, and like they don't go to the bathroom during their games. Do they drink up there? Do they get hiccups? Do they get headaches?
They get longer breaks than we do. Well, we get 30 seconds.
That's 3.5 minute TV timeouts and stuff. That's fair. But, Dave, here we go. Niceville second chance, 3 and out last time. Only chasing 1 score.
From the 28-yard line of the Mosley Dolphins, ball in the middle of the field. 2 wide receivers on either side. The quarterback is going to keep it. He shimmies his way through the offensive line, and that is number 15, Johnny Lewis Jr. So they have shown both quarterbacks at this point in the game as we are underneath 8 minutes in the first quarter, Mosley leading 6-0.
We were looking at the stats, and both really not great with their arms, but add a different element of the game with their legs. Honestly, he jumps through the offensive line. If he doesn't get tripped up, he might just now be done running. So kind of a lucky break there for the Mosley defense.
It's about 2nd and 5 here. They've got the ball at Mosley's 34-yard line on the near side of the field. They need to get it to the 39-yard line of the Mosley Dolphins. Quarterback drops back. He has got some time. He looks at a little pivot route, and that is off of the fingertips of the intended receiver. I believe that's Jay Galindo.
Raiden Bruins making it easy. It's hard to throw a ball when you got big number 9 coming at you.
So 3rd down here, another 3rd down for the Niceville Eagles. They need to get it to the 39-yard line. It's about 3rd and 5.5, we'll call it. 7:16 remains in the first quarter. It's a Mosley lead, 6-0, and you can hear the excitement, and you still have plenty of time to get down to Tommy Oliver Stadium. Here comes the quarterback. He's going to keep it. It's Lewis again. He's got some room up the middle of the field, makes a man miss, and then brought down at the after the 50-yard line.
That's what Mosley's going to have to be ready for tonight, Dave.
I'm trying to figure out who that was that made the tackle.
I think it was Wyatt Fleming.
Was it Kolar Shambo?
Oh, yeah, okay, I see, yeah.
Kolar Shambo and Locavian Jackson coming together. Ball all in Mosley territory now at the 49-yard line. 6:55 remaining. That clock is rolling. Running back to the left and motions to the right now, as well as the tight end from the left to the right. A little bit of a high snap. It's going to be a give to the running back, and he's going to be bottled up there after a gain of 2.
Believe that was Jackson there with Tyler Tanner.
2nd and 9.
Connor Matthews there on the carry. So bringing up a 2nd and 8 here. They need to get the ball to the 9-yard line of the Mosley Dolphins with 6.5 left to play here. Again, Mosley leading 6-0. We're at Tommy Oliver Stadium for the Niceville Eagles and the Mosley Dolphins. 2 wide receivers on either side of the field for Niceville. Quarterback claps his hands. Snap doesn't come. Now he drops back on a 3-step drop out of the shotgun formation. He airs it out. He's got a man. He's wide open. He's into the end zone across the goal line for 6, and Mosley and Niceville are tied at 6 with 6 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, Marshall Williams unfortunately gets beat off the line there, and from there just takes a good pass. Not a lot of pressure in the backfield from Mosley that time, and right in the breadbasket, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And now you start to hope that decision to go for 2 doesn't come back to haunt you later in the game.
Extra point attempt. Ready to go. Snaps good, holds good, kicks up, and that looks like it splits the upright, and he might hit the daggum ambulance. He did hit the ambulance. He kicked that thing like it was a field goal. I've never seen an extra point go that far. I'm not even joking. We saw that kicker in warm-ups. I believe that is Tanner Boxberger. We saw him in warm-ups, and we were
bumping some 50-plus yarders that were not even close. You know what I mean? I'm like, when I say not even close, like they were never in doubt.
Could have been 60-yarders for that matter.
Yeah.
We've got Adam Land and Sammy Freitas down on the track, tossing to each other. The score is 7-6 Niceville with 6:04 remaining, and both teams huddled up on their particular sidelines right now, getting ready for this next kickoff, which is another crucial possession. So Mosley struck first, Niceville got the ball first, then Niceville answers, and via the extra point, they take the 7-6 lead. Mosley went for 2, as Kyle was alluding to, and they were unsuccessful. Almost had that ball picked off and returned for 2 points there.
Yeah, I mean, if the dude finishes the catch, this is 9-6.
Ball is teed up at the 40-yard line. 6:04 remaining in a 7-6 ball game at Niceville's way. Still room at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Y'all come on down and hang out with a great environment. We were talking about this before the broadcast, how you can just feel the energy up here in the broadcast booth. Here comes the kicker, puts the toe to the pigskin. It's a little bit of a line drive kick. That one might trickle out of bounds, and smartly Locavian Jackson does, and we see the pink fly. That'll be favorable starting field position for the Mosley Dolphins.
The 35 or the 40 in high school? I guess we'll find out here in just a moment.
Sometimes we should just be patient and watch.
Yeah, maybe instead of making it obvious that we don't know what we're doing up here. All right, so for Mosley, it's going to have to be more of the same here, David. You got to come out with some confidence.
The kick out of bounds will start the Dolphins at the 35-yard line.
So it is the 35-yard line, so we'll remember that. We'll remember that for next time. We don't see a ton of illegal procedures here. As far as the kicking game is concerned, but that's definitely a mistake you don't want to be making and giving a potent offense favorable field position. And it looks like the Dolphins are headed back over to the sideline. Could this be the second? Oh, they moved the ball to the near side of the field is all that is going on. Carson Griffin is going to be to the top of your screen if you're watching YouTube. Sammy Freitas, the quarterback, has his running back on the left. 3 tight ends in motion, Raiden Bruins, Adam Land, and Fletcher Taylor, and they become wide receivers. They're going to try the pass to Fletcher Taylor again, and I think we're going to get a little bit of a false start by one of the tight ends.
Yeah, a little bit of a head start there, I believe, by Fletcher Taylor.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5 yards, first down.
So that backs them up 5. Remember, on the opening drive, they got the offsides before they even made a snap, and so that was able to give them an extra 5 yards. Let's see how they respond to the negativity. Ball now moved from the 35 to the 30-yard line. Jack Massey in the slot position at the top of your screen. He's got Jaden Snap outside of him, and then Carson Griffin is at the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a give. It's to the running back. It's to Lightning. It's Sammy Chisholm. He gains 5 on the play to get them back to just above the original line of scrimmage.
Great vision there from Sammy Chisholm, kind of just using his one good thing about being a short running back, Dave, is you're able to kind of get below the tackles a lot of the time, and he uses his lack of size to get some yardage that I'm not sure a lot of guys would have got. So great run there from Sammy Chisholm, and kind of puts Mosley, you could just pretend like first down was an incomplete pass.
7-6 is your score here. Niceville on top of Mosley and the Dolphins. 3 wide receivers out there to the right side. Jack Massey's running a seam. They throw it inside to Jaden Sapp. He works his way across the 40-yard line, landing at the 41 to make this a very manageable third down.
3rd and 5 for the Dolphins.
Now, I know the play was designed to go to Jaden Sapp, but Jack Massey ran free past that secondary.
Maybe that's something that we see earlier or see later on in the game, as there was kind of just that check down pass over there to Jaden Sapp on the right side, who's going to come off the field, and Fletcher Taylor, one of the 3 great tight ends for these Dolphins, heads onto the field. It's going to be Carson Griffin on the bottom of your screen. Locavian Jackson, Jack Massey out to the right. Locavian in that slot position. Jack Massey the furthest most outside, and I can't tell if he's got a man on him. The quarterback on him. Oh, it's the same play again. They have Locavian Jackson in motion, and they fake the give to him, and Sammy Freitas runs it right up the middle. That's the second time they've done that tonight, and that is a Dolphins first down, and the ball's nose is on midfield.
Great job again by Sammy Freitas. And, eventually that ball's going to go to Locavian Jackson. I think we got us a little water break here.
All right, so with a water break, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. This is Mosley Dolphins football on ESPN Northwest Florida.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
I would like to thank the Cherry family and the Stevens family.
Dolphins back on the field, 4:33 left to play here in the first quarter. Ball at midfield in the middle of the field. It's a brand new, fresh set of downs for the Dolphins. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looks like Jack Massey in at quarterback. They faked the give back to Sam Freitas, who would have been able to throw the ball, and he keeps it himself, works his way to the right side of the offensive line.
Good job not throwing that pass. I know that play is designed to go to Sammy on a little almost flea flicker style play, but great decision there from Jack Massey not throwing that ball backwards, because that could have been a disaster for Mosley. He doesn't really pick up any yardage, Dave, but he doesn't make a big mistake, and that sometimes in a game like this, that's just as big a win.
You can text us at 850-215-6290. If we see it, we'll give you a shout out. But make your way to Tommy Oliver Stadium. Sam Freitas in at the quarterback position. Carson Griffin was right beside him as the running back. He works his way outside. Sam Freitas has got some time. He rolls out to the right side of the field, and then he's got a wide open Adam Land, who makes a man miss. Then he is bamboozled at the 35, but he took that hit like a man.
He did. Absolutely incredible catch and run there by Adam Land. Great job by Sammy Freitas getting out of the pocket, rolling to his strong side, and throwing a strike to his tight end, who did just get his first D1 offer earlier this week or last week to Mississippi State, taking an official visit this weekend.
Can you monitor our comments on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's okay. We got to get back into the swing of things of working together.
I'm a little rusty.
It's all right. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins from the 35-yard line on the far side of the field. Under 3.5 to play here. 7-6, Niceville leads. Sam Freitas grabs the snap. They're going to fake the give to Sammy Chisholm. He works his way right up the middle of that defense, getting across the 30-yard line. A great gain on 1st down to bring up a 2nd and medium here.
Over 300 viewers right now on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching what's sure to be a heck of a football game. Already off to an incredible start. I already see Zach Lesnar there in the comments. Drop a comment. Maybe we'll give you a shout out at some point.
More than likely, we will, as the Dolphins are looking over to the coaching staff for what the next play is going to be. Jaden Sapp and Jack Massey on the right side of the offensive line as wide receivers, and you've got Carson Griffin at the bottom of your screen. Running back to the right hip of the quarterback, Sammy Freitas. They grab the snap. It's going to be a quick slant out to Carson Griffin. He spins around. He's to the 20. Stiff arm. Makes a man go with him. He drags him to the 15-yard line, and that's another Dolphins first down.
Great job. Carson Griffin gets a man one-on-one, and it's going to be a heck of a time trying to bring that man down by yourself, David.
I love any stiff arm action that we see. Why? Because I'm a big Derrick Henry fan, and he is a man with that stiff arm. Great to see from a wide receiver as well, as Carson Griffin's going to be at the top of your screen, and Jaden Sapp is going to come off of the field. Locavian Jackson, Low Jack as we like to call him, is to the left of his quarterback Sam Freitas on this methodical drive from the Mosley Dolphins. 3 tight ends from the right to the left as wide receiver. It's going to be a quick throw. He's got Carson Griffin. Carson Griffin stretches out. Looks like he makes a great grab, but we're waiting on the call from the officials.
They're going to call it complete, Dave.
They are, and Sammy Freitas is trying to get this offense back. I don't think that they should move up tempo here. That's going to be 2nd and inches, to say the least, here for the Mosley Dolphins offense on a great toss and a great catch from the outstretched arms of Carson Griffin.
Sammy Freitas came off the field here, David. We're going to get a little wild dolphin. Shout out to Ryan Mulvey. We got to get a hotkey of him doing it.
Low Jack and Fletcher Taylor in the backfield. Snap goes to Low Jack. He's to the left side of the field. He's looking for a hole. He busts through that. There wasn't a hole there. Busts through it. Touchdown, Mosley Dolphins. Locavian Jackson. And we can't just keep on naming him the Slim Chickens player of the game, but how are we supposed to not do that?
Yeah, that's just a big boy playing big boy football. David, he drops his shoulder, and like you said, there's not a hole, but when you run the way Locavian Jackson runs, you create your own hole.
Like a sledgehammer through drywall. Look at him dance with that football. Shout out to Jay Henley, who's probably not listening.
What else is new?
Maverick Wright off for the extra point. Bit of a low snap there. The kick is up, and it is good. I had to wait on that because it was near the right upright there, and so Mosley has scored twice in the first quarter, and this game, my friend, is living up to the hype, and could we say, exceeding expectations.
Yeah, I mean, this is everything you'd hope for and then some so far, David. You just, once again, you don't want to dwell, but remember, the decision to go for the 2 there at the beginning of the game, does that come back to haunt you later? We hope not.
Your score is 13-7. The Dolphins back on top, 134 remaining here in the first quarter at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Still time to come down and watch a great football game between these two high school programs, the Niceville Eagles and the Mosley Dolphins. Ryan Mathis and Brooke listening, of course. They say, come on, Dolphins. Shout out to you. Thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you. We also appreciate Bill Kramer, GM, where they make it easy and take good care of you. And also Kramer Marine and Outdoor. If you're looking to sell your boat, you know what you could do? Call them. They will sell it for you and then give you, y'all can split the difference, if you will, but they will make everything happen for you. Bill Kramer, GM, and Kramer Marine Outdoor with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Maverick Wright boots it into the end zone for a touchback.
Got to give a special shout-out also here tonight, David. I know they're one of our sponsors, but I can give them a personal shout-out of my own. Orthopedic Associates. Dr. Noble is an incredible doctor, very, very knowledgeable, and so I can't recommend him and his staff enough.
They do get you back in the game, or sometimes
get me back in the game.
back in the booth.
I like that. That's
Craig
good.
Edwards watching on YouTube. He said, sounds great, guys. We appreciate that. But let me tell you what I like more than that is the Mosley Dolphins are looking great right now. From the 20-yard line, ball in the middle of the field. Niceville works from the left to the right. They give it to their back, Connor Matthews. Connor Matthews does not have the ball. It's the quarterback who escapes with that. I believe that is number 15, Johnny Lewis Jr. We're underneath a minute and a half. Mosley leading 13-7, and there was a small gain there.
Mosley had a chance to knock that thing back for about 3 or 4 yard loss, and luckily Will Arboleta able to stay with the quarterback there and knock him down for just a short gain of 1.
105 remains, and it's Kane LaFortune in at quarterback now with the running back Connor Matthews on his right hip. 2 wide receivers out to the right. They roll out. Connor Matthews is open as a receiver, and he's taken down. Who's he taken down by?
Low Jack, Locavian Jackson. Who else?
It's like he had an Apple tag on the receiver because he came out of nowhere. It felt like he was about 3 or 4 yards away from him, and then boom, here you go. You're going down.
Well, the pass was a little high as well, Dave, which kind of causes the tight end to slow down a little bit coming out of the backfield. And if you don't have that first step on Locavian Jackson, you're not going to get an extra one. I'll tell you that right right now.
There's no doubt there.
Big opportunity for the Mosley defense right here.
From the 25-yard line in their own territory, need to get the ball to the 30-yard line. It's 3rd and 5. 20 to play in the first. It's going to be a give to the running back.
There it is,
and
boys.
They stuff it. They absolutely stuff it. And the Mosley faithful is going wild as we're about to close out this fourth quarter. With first quarter, I saw 4 seconds in that.
You've been here every week. You don't get the excuse.
I don't got no excuse. I own my mistakes. But that'll do it here for the first quarter. Niceville and Mosley in a great game. It is 13 Mosley, 7 for the Niceville Eagles. Quick timeout. We'll be back in about a minute and a half.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts in Delhi. Call 763-1627.
We lucked out right there, man. Niceville came out, looked like they were going for it on 4th and about 3. We flipped sides of the field, so Niceville's working from the right to the left now. 12-minute showing on the Chapman Wealth Management second quarter. You can go see him at 2557 Huntcliffe Lane or give him a call at 850-867-8239. Up, down, or sideways, keep your head on straight when markets move. But I was over here like, I can't stop commercials once they've already started playing. Right. I can play them later if I stop them on time. And this is a big play in a big game.
And it looks like their minds have not changed, Dave. This is huge.
4th and 3 from the 26-yard line.
Crash the line of scrimmage.
Clap of the hands. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Johnny Lewis Jr. on it. He hops over a man, and he'll get to the 35-yard line of the Mosley Dolphins for a Eagles first down.
Everybody in the world saw that coming.
We've got Lynn Haven Robb over there at the Arnold game, so hopefully we get to see Lynn Haven Robb over here next week as Arnold's going to be taking on the Mosley Dolphins. I can't see the score, but I know he will keep us updated as the end of the first quarter over there. Niceville comes out with 2 wide receivers on either side. Connor Matthews, the running back, to the right of the quarterback, Kane LaFortune. And it's going to be a give to Connor Matthews. We hear a lot about him, and so far tonight, Mosley has been keyed in on the running back.
Good for no gain.
Great job there. Pot of Dolphins, Tyler Tanner, big CJ Chima up there. No, I'm sorry. Joseph Chima. CJ Chima was the old running back.
Yeah, he was. Brother. And the mom always down there doing a great
Mama
job.
Chima doing her thing, man, with the cowbell.
Yep. 2 wide receivers on either side of the offensive line for the Niceville Eagles. Johnny Lewis Jr. in at quarterback. He drops back. He's got time. He's taking a deep shot on the right side. It's Marshall Williams in coverage, and that ball will be a little too deep for the wide receiver.
Yeah, maybe uncatchable. Marshall Williams once again kind of gets beat off the line. Going to have to be a little bit better than that, especially when you're already at a size disadvantage, David.
Yeah, 5'8", 170 for Marshall Williams. Niceville comes back to the offensive line, to the line of scrimmage here. It's going to be a big 3rd and 10. They need to get the ball across the 45-yard line to the 47-yard line. 10 yards needed. 10:50 to play. 13-7. Caleb Fortune drops back, looking for that right side again. He's in trouble. He's got a man wide open in the middle of the field, but he doesn't get there. As Caveman Rick would say, that ball was dirted.
Throws a little one-hopper. Fortunately for Mosley, if he hits him in stride, he's gone. But sometimes, Dave, luck is a factor in some of these games. And we'll just say, lucky break. Good job forcing the pressure, forcing him to the weak side of his body.
I would also
as well.
say that pressure coming there from the left to the right side of the Mosley Dolphins was a contributing factor to the short throw there, as the punt team, led by Tanner Boxberger, is on for Niceville. Jack Massey standing at his 30-yard line. Mosley got close, and fair catch called for by the jack of all trades, the jack in the box, Jack Massey.
Give a couple shout outs here on YouTube. We only see your username, by the way, so if you have a specific name, let us know. We got Falcon. Thanks for the excellent commentating, guys. Appreciate you. Taylor Williams, Big Mike, Mosley High School class of 95, Angel Townsend, Roz Brown, Kristen Cook, and of course Bobby. Shout out Kaylin Mathis. She's one of the cheerleaders. He's watching from Arkansas.
Awesome. Yeah, if you want any shout outs, just keep them rolling in on YouTube. We'll do our best, as we do. It's just us two up here. So.
Our eyes are on the field most of the time.
And you can also text in at 850-215-6290. A little bit easier for us to keep track of, because I've got an Apple Watch up here. With that being said, here comes the Mosley Dolphins. Low Jack is in motion. They're going to toss it to him this time, and he's going to run up the middle. He's to the 45, and it takes 4 Eagles to get him down. He's near the 50-yard line. That man is a man.
That's a wrecking ball, David Hayes.
Oh, Miley Cyrus would be proud.
Maybe more of an Eric Church style wrecking ball, but
49-yard line, near side of the field. They are in their own territory. It's 13-7 Mosley, under 10.5 to play here in the second quarter. The Chapman Wealth Management second quarter. Sam Freitas is going to give it to the running back. It's Sammy Chisholm. He's the Lightning. He's across the 40. He is wrapped up. He stays on his feet and somehow gets back to the 35-yard line. Felt for sure like he was going down, and still found a way like a tornado to stay up.
Great job right there, Sammy Chisholm. Great block on the perimeter by Jaden Sapp. Getting a lot more action tonight. Good for him.
1st and 10 here for the Dolphins from the Niceville 36-yard line, near side of the field. Under 10 to play here. 13-7 is your score. If you're watching on YouTube, we know that you can tell the score, but you don't know how many times before we were on YouTube that I was told to say the score more. So it's 13-7, and Sam Freitas has got his running back to the left, but he's going to keep it to his right, and he's going to keep it. He runs to the right across the 30-yard line for a tough run there from the quarterback, Sammy Freitas.
This is such a big possession for Mosley. Shout out to Jake McGowan. He says, I'm going to assume Kyle took the elevator to the press box tonight. Yeah,
even when he's healthy, we do that.
Yeah, well, that's a safe guess, even without the knee injury.
3 times maybe that we've had to use the stairs, which I love it. I'm just running off and down the things.
When you're 350 plus, brother, you don't like the stairs when you're healthy.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know.
300 plus.
But I see you.
We're good.
Running back to the right there of Sammy Freitas. Second and short here. They're going to throw it up to Carson Griffin on the left side of the field. Carson Griffin, at least, if nothing else, played great defense there to knock it out of the defender's hand, or giving him an opportunity to make a play on that ball.
I appreciate the no call there. Could have maybe got Carson Griffin for a little offensive pass interference, and honestly, from a certain perspective, could have gotten the defensive back for defensive pass interference, but you let the guys fight over the ball, man. If there's nothing clear-cut, you swallow the flag, you keep it in your pocket. It's going to set up a 3rd and 2 here for Mosley, and again, David, 4-down territory.
Absolutely. From the 28-yard line, need to get it to the Niceville 26. Under 9 to play in a 13-7 ball game. Sammy Chisholm and Sammy Freitas moved the running back from the left to the right. Fletcher Taylor and Adam Land also moved from the left to the right, and the quarterback is going to keep it, and he is going to pummel his way across the 25-yard line for another Dolphin first down.
Bode Mayville commenting, go Eagles. Bryant Graham, shout out to Low Jack. Obviously, Tyler Spalding watching as well. Shout out to you, big dog. Stay safe down there, and good luck to you.
This is a Chapman Wealth Management second quarter, up, down, or sideways. Keep your head on straight when markets move. Jay Chapman is a wonderful individual. Under 8.5 left to go here across the 25-yard line. It's a fresh set of downs for the Dolphins. Running back to the right of the quarterback, Sammy Freitas. 2 wide receivers to the right side, and he's going to roll out to his right. He's looking for Jaden Sapp. He escapes the sack. He throws it up. He's got Jaden Sapp, but it's too short, and it's intercepted there by the Niceville Eagles defense. Defensive back made a great play. Short throw there from Sammy Freitas, and Niceville is going to swing the momentum of this game now.
Yeah, we had Robert Fleming up in here before the game, David, and he said sometimes, he didn't say this directly, but sometimes Sammy Freitas tries to do a little bit too much, and unfortunately right there, that's exactly what happened. Sometimes, Dave, you got to know when to just throw the ball out of bounds, throw it away. Unfortunately, a little bit of a big time mental mistake right there. It's going to cost Mosley a chance to really take control of this game early and gives Niceville a lot of momentum.
And the run game has been working amazingly to this point. Niceville from the middle of the field, working from the right to the left. They trail 13-7. It's at the 20-yard line. Connor Matthews in motion. They're going to sling it out there to him to try to give him some space, and that ball is incomplete after the bobble by the running back, number 28, Connor Matthews.
Don't think he would have gotten much anyway, but
Mosley has been all over Connor Matthews this evening, and we're talking about a guy who is averaging a lot of yards per carry. If you have that statistic right there in front of you, that's Mosley's. We got too many papers up here, boss.
Yeah, a lot of papers.
All right, from the 20-yard line, it's going to be 2nd and 10. 8:09 remains in the second quarter. 2 wide receivers to the left of the offensive line. Has Kane LaFortune in at quarterback. It's a little option play. They flip it out to the running back, and he has got some room. And he is across the line he needed to gain for a first down across the 35 near the 40-yard line. Big-time carry there from their running back.
Yeah, absolutely. Following his blocker city outside, and once he gets past that initial line, it's going to be hard to bring him down.
Score is 13-7 at Tommy Oliver Stadium. I'm starting to see the visiting side pack up a little bit more. So if you want to come watch a phenomenal football game, there's still time. Here comes Johnny Lewis Jr. and the Niceville Eagles up to the line of scrimmage, and he is going to run it. He's running to the right side of the line. He makes a man miss by juking left, and he'll pick up half of what he needs to, maybe a tad bit more there, and he'll split the sticks for 2nd and 5 as they are still in Niceville territory but gaining quickly.
Niceville's having a lot of success with that quarterback run, and one thing that they're not doing, Dave, is overusing it, which is brilliant.
So the ball is at the 44-yard line, closer to the far side of the field. 2nd down here. 2 wide receivers are on the left side of the offensive line. Kane LaFortune back in at quarterback, running back to the left, and it's going to be a give to Connor Matthews, snooping his way, and he is... Wow, what a shoestring tackle there, and I believe that's LoJack again on the tackle.
I think that may have been the backup, Brody Bretchel, on the carry right there.
Number 24.
Hard to tell up here sometimes.
3rd down, short. They don't need but 2 yards. The running back and the tight end, motion from the left to the right. Johnny Lewis Jr. is going to keep it, and it's going to be close, and a flag did fly. It's going to be very close, though.
I think it's going to be just short, but it's all going to depend on this flag.
And they're going to back it up.
All right, that's going to be good for Mosley here. That's going to set up about a 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, maybe 3rd and 14. Oh, well, from the spot.
We'll wait on the official call from the official. 6:33 remains here. 13-7. The Dolphins lead the Eagles.
Here we go.
Doing a run, holding, offense, 10 yards, replay 3rd down.
So that will bring up 3rd and 13 here. 13-7 from Tommy Oliver Stadium. The Dolphins lead the Niceville Eagles. That backs them up to the 37-yard line. From the right to the left, the clock starts ticking again. 2 wide receivers on either side of the offensive line. Running back to the right of Kane LaFortune in at quarterback. And it's a strike, and it's close to a first down, and he did get it. Great throw there from Kane LaFortune.
Marshall Williams having a tough night over there covering big Robert Stith.
6'2", 180 he is.
Just a tough night for Marshall Williams so far over there, Dave, unfortunately.
Well, there's 4 inches?
Oh, they might get a little more after the play.
Doing the run, face mask. On the defense, 5 yards, first down.
That'll be moving the Eagles deep into Mosley territory here. We've got 6:21 left to play in the Chapman Wealth Management second quarter. Ball is placed at the 47-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 from there. And since we've got a water break, we're going to take one as well. 30 seconds, and we'll be right back. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. You're listening to the Mosley Dolphins football broadcast.
The cult classic film Ghostbusters is celebrating their 40th anniversary, and Krispy Kreme is joining the celebration by offering 4 inspired donuts, plus a new drink. There's the Ghostbuster Cookies and Cream made with Oreo donut, the Slimer donut, an Ecto Sprinkle donut, a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man donut, and the new Slimer Slimeade drink. So, who you gonna call? Krispy Kreme Donuts, that's who. In front of HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan since 1937, where you get them hot.
Winner will be drawn at halftime. Once again, use the hashtag BillTrainer.
We're back here at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Score is 13-7. Niceville on a good drive. 1st and 10 right now from the right to the left on the far side of the field from the 46-yard line. Johnny Lewis Jr. in at quarterback. He gives it to the back, and he is going to have a tough run up the middle. I believe that is Eddie Love Jr.
Simple draw, right up the middle, right through the heart of the defense. Pick up right at about half of what you need, maybe a tad less. It's all 4-down territory once you cross that 50.
Under 6 to play. It's 2nd and 6 for the Niceville Eagles. Carson Griffin playing a little cornerback, a little nickel back as well. 2 wide receivers are over there to the right, and Kane LaFortune is in at quarterback, as they're kind of like the Florida Gators with a 2-quarterback system here. Running back to the right of the quarterback. LaFortune is going to keep it. He's going to run into a pod of Dolphins, and he will be Dolphinized.
Great job there. Sawyer Schultz leading the charge on the stop.
Another 3rd down here. Can you get a stop for the Dolphins defense?
Well, you got to make this interesting for them at least, right? You can't let them get 4 or 5 yards on this player. It's 4th downs. Essentially, when you got a quarterback that's running the ball the way Johnny Lewis is tonight, it's going to be easy. And he's going to take the snap here. So Mosley, I mean, you got to be ready for it.
Here's a big 3rd and 6. Johnny Lewis Jr. claps his hands, and the running back and the tight end move to the right, and Johnny Lewis Jr. is going to take it to the right. He's around the outside. There is no man that's going to catch him. He is into the end zone, and now your score is 13-13, pending the extra point.
I don't know what else to say, Dave. It's the same play they've ran 7 times tonight.
I would almost put Locavian Jackson in as a spy.
Yeah, that's
at the quarterback for the quarterback there. But
anytime he's on the field, you're going to have to put a spy on him.
But there's 2 problems right there. Is if you put the spy on him, then you might leave Connor Matthews wide open, and the same result could happen as Tanner Boxberger is on for the extra point. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. And now Niceville takes the lead in a game of swings. I feel like I'm in a recreational park over there at Oakland Terrace or something, swinging back and forth here.
So I do just want to say, to respond to obviously, so let Connor Matthews be the one to beat you, because he's the one, right? If the playmaker beats you, you got to be able to trust the other 10 to be able to bring him down. But you got to have, when the same play has gassed your defense multiple times tonight, there has to be some kind of adjustment made on the Mosley defense. And I think you're not selling out to stop him. You're just putting your best playmaker on him specifically to spy him when he's on the field.
I guess my response to that would be Niceville comes in and running 279.5 yards per game.
Right.
That's not all Connor Matthews. That's a lot to do with Kane LaFortune and Johnny Lewis Jr. But I do get it. Make your man, make the guy be the one to beat you.
And he really hasn't had a lot of totes tonight, so...
Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Niceville has a 1-point lead. The score is 14-13 with 4:42 remaining here in the Chapman Wealth Management second quarter. Up, down, or sideways, keep your head on straight when markets move. Tanner toes the ball up, and that ball, very close to going out of bounds again, and the referee takes a slight spill in the end zone. Looks like he is up and he is okay, and that ball did go out of bounds. So another illegal procedure, and where does the ball go to, Kyle?
Oh, now that we know the 35-yard line.
There we go.
We always knew that. We were testing our audience.
There you go. I love this comment that I saw earlier from Ryan McClain. Jack Massey is a modern-day Crash Jensen. Look him up. The NFL Dolphins human Swiss Army knife, and we agree. That's why we call him the Jack of all trades. All right, so here comes that Mosley offense looking to bounce back after the Freitas interception. Two wide receivers on the left side, and Jaden Sapp here at the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a give. It's Sammy Chisholm there who spins to the 50-yard line, picking up a first down, a big 15 or 16-yard carry there from the electric running back.
Yeah, if you're Mosley, you've had a lot of success on offense. You just made a mental mistake on the last drive, so you can't get away from what has been working, and the run game has been working. That was a little bit of the frustration we talked about off the air there in that quick timeout. Like, you cannot get away from what is working, and that's the run game. Niceville's had a terrible time stopping these guys so far. Keep it on the ground.
From the Eagles, 46-yard line, 4:17 remains here. Adam Lamb motions from the left to the right. Two wide receivers are on the left side of the field. Another give to the right side for Sammy Chisholm, and he is dragged out of bounds by number 9 for the Niceville Eagles, Maddox Hills, which I got to say, if he didn't have that L in his name would be Maddox Hayes. My grandparents' last name, Maddox.
Hey.
My last name, Hayes.
Hey.
That would be a very interesting name. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, my goodness. Also a combination of me and Coach Hale's last name.
Coach Hales. Halis.
All right, ball is at the 44-yard line after a 2-yard pickup by Sammy Chisholm. Two wide receivers are on the left and two to the right. Sammy Chisholm to the right hip of the quarterback, Sammy Freitas. They need to get the ball across the 40-yard line to 2nd and 8 here. And it's going to be a fake give to Sammy Chisholm. He's looking for Jaden Sapp, and that pass was if he let him there, that's going to be huge, but it was just a little bit behind Jaden Sapp, and the defender was able to get his hand on it.
I like the play call. Once again, David, just like you said, ball's a little bit behind the man. If he catches it in stride, he might just now be done running. He might have got brought down. Either way, it would have been a first down. You got to hit your receiver in stride there. Sammy cannot let himself get shaken up by that mistake.
Big third down for the Dolphins. Adam Land and Jack Massey over there on the left side along with Carson Griffin. Running back is Locavian Jackson, and this time Sammy Freitas keeps it, and he works his way up the middle of the field, but I don't think he's going to get it, and he's going to be close to the 40-yard line. So the 41 is going to be about a 4th and 4 here. Do you stay aggressive or do you punt?
Man, Niceville they were all over that. I think with your playmakers, Dave, you got to go for it here. But it's got to be the right play call, man. And Sammy Freitas is going to come off the field, so we're going to get a little wild Dolphin package here. And honestly, nobody else on the offense I want touching this ball other than LoJack right here anyway. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you put the ball in your best player's hands.
Big fourth down, and from one of our official food sponsors of Mosley Football, Beef O'Brady's Inland Haven. Shout out to Pat Perno, and here we go. It's fourth down, about 4 to carry, and Jack Massey and Locavian Jackson run into each other. That ball is out, and it doesn't matter either way. Got a little too cute there on fourth down for my liking, but that is what it is, and you still have time to make second half adjustments, but the defense has to get a stop here, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, that's the second drive in a row that's ended in trying to do too much, Dave, and that's not that's not typical of what we've seen from Mosley this year, and they're trying to get too cute. You don't want that to cost you in the end. Now, Niceville could have been down 2 scores a few minutes ago and has an opportunity here to go up by 8 points, and now Mosley will have to go for 2 at some point in this game.
And I get the idea. It's, hey, we'll use LoJack as somewhat of a decoy because everyone knows how dangerous he is, and then we'll put the ball into the arms of another dangerous player's hands. I get that, but you've been running the ball between the tackles very well. Niceville takes over in their own territory, but not very far from Mosley territory. Kane LaFortune dropping back, and Marshall Williams is on the coverage there, and that ball was intended for, I believe, number 5, Teray Geiger, and that will be incomplete.
Now, I'm not sure how the holding flag does not get called on this play, Dave. You could hear it from the Mosley faithful here in the stands. Everybody yelling for it. It was clear cut. I understand letting them play.
That was actually number 6, Mo Sek, the intended receiver. Underneath 3 minutes left to go here in the Chapman Wealth Management. Niceville took over on downs. Also, I believe that ball was fumbled, so it was a turnover. Either way you look at it, turnover on downs or a fumble, is still a turnover. Man in motion from the right to the left for the Niceville Eagles is Johnny Lewis Jr. again. Hole opens up, tackled by the shoestring, and he is just shy of the Mosley Dolphins' 45-yard line to the 46, and that's going to bring up another third down. And again, they run it with Johnny Lewis Jr. to the right.
To the right. I mean, it's the same play every time he's been on the field. There's been nothing else. Until they get you with a fake, you got to stop that, man. You cannot allow him to get 7 or 8 yards every time he touches the ball.
Clock's running. 2.5 minutes left to play in the Chapman Wealth Management second quarter. Kane LaFortune in at quarterback. 3 wide receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Dolphins defense getting ready here. Man in motion from the right to the left. Kane LaFortune's going to throw a little quick screen out there, and it looks like the Dolphins are going to have him bottled up unless he fights out of these tackles, and they do, and they gang tackle him, and a flag flies, and we don't know what it's for.
Dolphins throwing their hands up like they may have gotten punished for something.
Multiple flags on the play.
We're going to see what this is for. This is a big flag.
We're just going to let the crowd noise create the ambiance. And here comes the official to let us know what's going on.
They're moving it forward. Wow.
Another face mask. Last time they did get the first down and then got the extra 15 on top of it. This time you get the stop, but the face mask comes back to haunt you, and we are in the spooky month of October. 2 wide receivers on either side of the offensive line, and the running back Connor Matthews is to the right of his quarterback Kane LaFortune, who drops back on the shotgun formation and again throws it just short, and the referee makes the correct call there with his arms spread out wide, signifying incomplete.
There's a flag on the field here again, Dave.
And Carson Griffin throws his hands up, but this time it's going to be holding on the offense, which will back them up 10 yards. Here's the official call from the referee. Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Well.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards. Replay first.
So now Niceville backs up. We're going to play second down all over again. Now they're back in their own territory from the 49-yard line on the far side of the field. Underneath 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter is Johnny Lewis Jr., and he backs up. He's also running to the right side. He makes a man miss. The ball's out. The ball's out. Locavian Jackson, I think, just jumped on it. I think that is Mosley Dolphins football, and it is Raiden Bruins, the commit to the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Let's go. We don't got time to celebrate. Let's play some football. Offense will take over with 1:42 remaining.
Huge play right there. David, he did the same thing he's done all night. This time Mosley is actually ready for it. They knock the ball out. Raiden Bruins jumps on it. Great job by the Mosley defense. And now, this Mosley offense has to make it right. You have a huge opportunity. 1:42 left here in this first half. You get the ball after halftime. You still have your opportunity right here to take control of this football game, Dave, and it's going to take a little bit better of a mental game from the offensive play calling and from the quarterback.
From the 48-yard line, Mosley takes over. 3 wide receivers are on the right side of the offensive line, 1 to the left. The running back, Locavian Jackson, shifts from the left hip to the right hip, but it looks like we might have a Dolphins timeout here, and we do. So we're going to pause so I can catch my breath here for 30 seconds. This is the Mosley Dolphins football broadcast on ESPN Northwest Florida.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
You hear that, crowd? You want to be a part of it? Come on, get on the GoFan app and get on down here, man. If you're in Panama City and you ain't coming to watch this game and you ain't busy,
what is you doing?
What is you doing, baby? Sammy Freitas is in shotgun formation and he's all alone, and there's 2 wide receivers to the left, and it's a false start by everyone by the center type of call.
Which we have learned, David, means that's on the center.
I've seen one call like that. No, most of the time they say that is on everyone but the center.
Well, I mean, they say it when the entire offensive line except the center moves. They say it's because the center got the snap count wrong. Everybody else had it.
Yeah,
so
that's just not a false start, though.
No, I get it, but that's just.
I saw that happen one time because normally that's what the referee calls us: false start on everyone but the center. But if that ball don't move and everyone else moves, the false start is on the people who started falsely. 2 wide receivers. 2 wide receivers to the left.
It's crazy.
And they're going to keep it with Sammy Freitas to the right side of the offensive line, who puts his head down and muscles across the 50-yard line to pick up a nice gain there. Gets him close to the original line of scrimmage. Clock's ticking. We're in the Chapman Wealth Management second quarter. 1:15 to play. Score is Mosley 13, the Niceville Eagles 14. 1-point lead as we approach halftime. 2 wide receivers on either side of the offensive line. Jack Massey, the slot on the right side. He looks right, Sammy Freitas does, and he tosses left. And Carson Griffin goes up to try to make a great grab, but that ball will fall incomplete to bring up 3rd and long.
That's a catch that we've kind of known Carson Griffin to start making over the last year and a half. David, I want to point out, Jack Massey, other than that botched whatever the heck that was on 4th down, does not have a touch tonight.
3rd down. Jack Massey? Yeah, the Jack in the box. 3rd down and long to go. He had such a big game last week. I'm sure Niceville had the game plan circled around him, but there's so many weapons for the Dolphins, you just don't know who it's going to be. 3rd and 11 here for the Mosley Dolphins. The Niceville band is playing loudly. Sammy Freitas on a little bit of a quarterback draw there is going to run into a few Eagles. He's going to try to work his way back to the left, and it's going to be a 4th down and long here. Do you stay aggressive or do you play conservative? The play clock just started ticking, so there's a 7-second differential at 40 and 33 for the play clock, 40 seconds on the game clock.
I think you let it run out and you punt it. I mean, maybe you try to draw them off sides, get yourself a manageable 4th down, but you don't give Niceville any more of an advantage than they've already had in this game.
They're going to let it run all the way down, and they're going to take a timeout here with 7 seconds possibly. Could be. No, we're synced up. It's going to be 7 seconds left to go when they take this timeout here, and we'll see what the Dolphins offense comes out to do. 7 seconds remain in the Chapman Wealth Management second quarter. Now, do you play just throw the ball deep here, and you're going to at least kill 4 seconds, provided you don't take a sack, provided you don't get a little too cute and something crazy happens. But if you leave any time on the clock, we've seen from Johnny Lewis Jr. that he's capable of taking one to the house.
Yeah, I think here you do well, the offense is coming out.
You know what I say? I say we do what Kobe played defense 2 wants to do.
Yeah.
Give the ball to LoJack, see what happens.
A little frustrating that obviously we're not going to do a full halftime report tonight, but the first half I've been more disappointed in some of the decision-making on the offensive side of the ball than I thought I would be.
Here comes Mosley Dolphins, 4th and 8. They've got the ball on the near side of the field from the 46-yard line, needing to get to the 38-yard line of the Eagles. 7 seconds. Sam Freitas drops back. Not much pressure. He's got time. He's going to heave it to the end zone. Jaden Sapp is on the way. He makes a readjustment. The ball was not even catchable, but there are all zeros on the clock there. It was a heave there from Sammy Freitas, but not catchable for Jaden Sapp, who tried to make the readjustment as we go to the half with a 14-13 ball game, and Niceville is in the lead. You guys are listening to the Mosley Dolphins football broadcast. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
We're up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Hurricane Helene.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it. Florida Health Connector.
Turning 65 soon. If you're confused by all the Medicare information you've been receiving, start by calling your local Florida Blue agency. Florida Blue offers a variety of Medicare and Part D drug plans, so no matter what your health care coverage needs are, we're sure to have a plan that's right for you. Call Florida Health Connector and we'll help you cut through all the fuss. Call 850-249-1010 today.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. Or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport. The best place in town to take a leak.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
As a realtor, it's important who you choose as your title company. May we suggest South Oak Title? Their offices are modern, comfortable, and state-of-the-art. South Oak Title can close transactions in any location in Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. Their free mobile app allows realtors to deliver a net sheet in seconds. They provide mobile closing services to accommodate buyers and sellers. Their offices are beautifully decorated, state-of-the-art, complete, safe, and secure. South Oak Title, creating a better title and closing experience through technology and tailored service. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
We are back here. Mosley trailing the Niceville Eagles 14-13 as the Mosley Band, the sound of the Southland, sets up for their performance. And once they get started, we will kick it over to them. But again, 14-13 to this point in the game. And it has been a heck of a ball game that has led up to the hype. And all of the moments so far have felt so pivotal. The band leader is climbing onto their stand. The band is in formation, and here is the sound of the Southland.
Sound of the Southland, and the Mosley High School Supreme Steppers. Tonight we bring you a special collaboration between the Mosley High School Sound of the Southland Marching Band and the Mosley Supreme Steppers. Our collaborative performance will feature the unofficial anthem of athletics across the United States. Here is Swag Serpent. Give it up for the Mosley Supreme Steppers and the Sound of the Southland Band collaboration. The band will perform their show Espionage, which will include Goldfinger, Secret Agent Man, Peter Gunn, Inspector Gadget, Soul Bossa Nova, Kim Possible, James Bond theme, Live and Let Die, and Spy Kids. This year's halftime show is sponsored by Advanced Protective Technologies, Vertical Communications and Securities, and Premier Contracting. Thank you for supporting our students. Drum Major Ariana Treadwell, is your band ready? You may begin your performance. Ladies and gentlemen, your Sound of the Southland Band.
What a performance that was. You're listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. We're live on 104.3 in Panama City and 101.9 in Port St. Joe. We're also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can also go to YouTube or Mosley Football's YouTube page to watch the rest of this second half. What a performance there by the Sound of the Southland. We've got bills to pay, though, Kyle. So real quick, thanking all of our sponsors. Bill Kramer GM, Kramer Marine and Outdoor, Portland Lumberyard, Metro Power, Beach House Sales and Development. Shout out to Beth Mulvey and the family, Reliant South, Brock Pest Control, Steverson Air Conditioning, and also the official food sponsors of Mosley Football, Sonny's Barbecue, Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven, Whitehead Plumbing, and the official chicken of Mosley Football, Slim Chickens, which Kyle is back to give us the Slim Chickens player of the game, and of course, Jersey Mike's Subs. And Panama City Toyota, where relationships are born, orthopedic specialists getting you back into the game, and my good friend Jay Chapman with Chapman Wealth Management over there at 2557 Hunt Cliff Lane. Up, down, or sideways, keep your head on straight when markets move. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. You're listening to the Mosley Dolphins football broadcast. David Hayes and Kyle Wright on the call. We'll be back.
Now back to the Mosley Dolphins. It's halftime with scores, stats, interviews, and keys to the game. Here's David and Kyle on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Are you ready to go under the lights? Mosley Dolphin football is back. ESPN Northwest Florida brings you live play-by-play coverage all season long. With David Hayes.
Touchdown, Mosley Dolphins!
And Kyle Wright.
And the interception turns into points for the Mosley offense.
The Mosley Dolphins take on rivals Niceville, Rutherford, and the Bay Tornadoes. Exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
1, 2. I'm in love with a man named Rudy. I'm okay with that. He knows exactly what I want. Keeps me coming back. Cooks breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me. Does the dishes too. I'm in love with a man named Rudy. Last name Barbecue. It sure is easy to fall in love with Rudy's tasty oak smoked barbecue.
Next in line. Anytime Fitness Callaway, the premier 24/7 coaching club in Bay County. Anytime Fitness offers nutritional counseling and personal training by certified coaches. Plus physical therapy, access to functional medicine provider, and a hormone replacement therapist. Anytime Fitness has ready-to-buy meals perfectly proportioned out to fuel your body. Anytime Fitness is the only plus-size certified facility in Bay County. Your wellness journey starts here. Exercise is medicine, so come get your prescription with us. Anytime Fitness Callaway. Veteran owned.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards in Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th Street.
Time for new tires? Nobody knows your Toyota better. And this month, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for just $1. Schedule your service online or give us a call at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires October 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Time for new tires? Nobody knows your Toyota better. And this month, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for just $1. Schedule your service online or give us a call at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires October 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Now back to the Mosley Dolphins halftime show on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you ready for some football, Kyle Wright? Second half action, getting ready to go. Mosley will return. They'll return from the right to the left as the drone flies high in the sky from Tommy Oliver Stadium. 14-13 is your score. The Eagles are on top of the Dolphins. 2 return men deep, Jack Massey and Low Jack.
All right, Dave. The good news for Mosley here in the second half, you're trailing, but it's your fault. Right, like Niceville is obviously playing Niceville football as the kick goes up in the air.
And that'll be a touchback, so continue on.
Yeah, so it's been Mosley mistakes. That's how we are where we are right now. It's been a couple of bad play calls, a bad decision from Sammy Freitas, and then a lack of adjustment until the final time that Johnny Lewis ran the football. So Mosley cleans those 3 things up. They've got to kind of like where they're sitting at here, and you got to like getting the ball coming out of half.
We got to give a shout-out to our second mama as well, right? Leanne Schwartzentruber, also known as the coach's daughter, who you can normally hear on ESPN Northwest Florida from 4 to 6 on Thursday afternoons with the Afternoon Underdogs. 2 other great local shows as well. I'll plug those here in just a minute. Sam Freitas, the quarterback's got a running back to his left. They're going to fake it. They're going to throw a quick screen out there to the right. That's Jaden Sapp, and Jaden Sapp has it, and he's near the 40-yard line. What a toss there, and a great route on the slant route from Jaden Sapp.
Fantastic play to open this second half, and honestly, that ball almost gets tipped at the line of scrimmage, but a great job getting it out quick by Sammy Freitas. Great catch and run by Jaden Sapp.
So that'll get a fresh set of downs for the Dolphins. Score 14-13, Niceville's way, underneath 12 minutes, but we just started the second half. 3 wide receivers are out here to the left of the offensive line, and Sam Freitas has his running back, Locavian Jackson, to his left hip. 1 wide receiver, Jaden Sapp, out there to the right. Sam Freitas is going to toss it up. It's to Jack Massey. It was a little deep, looked like a little bit of miscommunication there between the quarterback and wide receiver.
There's that Sammy Freitas thing again that we talked to Robert Fleming about before the game, kind of panicking and just kind of throwing the ball when you don't know where it's going. He's going to have to clean that up a little bit here in the second half, David. You want to shout out those other shows real quick?
Coach James Hell Show, weekdays from 7 to 9 in the morning, and the Inside Drive with the great Ryan Mulvey and just as great Jay Henley, and a host of personalities behind the glass with David Hayes, DJ Davey Crockett, and much more. Can't forget about Ralph Jackson. He deserves a shout out. Heavy on the offensive line. Sam Freitas is going to keep it. He's going to work his way towards the middle. He's tussling, he's hustling, he's bustling. He's picking up FIFA there. That's 5 yards for those who don't know what I meant there.
Picking up FIFA. Never heard that one.
Oh, man.
All right.
It's more of a betting thing.
Once again here for Mosley. Tough third down. Not exactly 4-down territory here either, so you're going to have a cerebral play call. A little frustrated. Locavian Jackson, I think he's only got 2 or 3 touches to this point.
And 2 touchdowns to go along with it.
Well, yeah.
All right, big down here for the Dolphins. Still in their own territory. Ball at the 43-yard line underneath. 11 minutes to play. You got Jaden Sapp and Jack Massey over here to the left. I think inside of them is Fletcher Taylor, Carson Griffin on the top. Now he is in motion from the right to the left, and I think we're going to get an early timeout here from the Mosley Dolphins. Not something that you like to see if you're a person who indulges in time management and knows how important those things are in big games. When it comes down to it, they needed timeouts last year.
Right.
I don't like wasting them this early, but the coaches saw something they didn't like.
You got to have the right play call on this third down. This is so big because you don't want Niceville to be able to take that 8-point lead. Shout out to Cy Nefrin, old Big Cy. Shout out to you, big dog. And, of course, Bo Green, as always. We love you, brother.
Love you guys, everyone. And anyone who wants a shout-out, text your name in to 850-215-6290, and we'll do our best to make it happen. Either Niceville's crowd is coming in or people have been listening to me because throughout the portion of this ball game, the duration of this ball game, the away side has been filling up more. There's still time to come watch a great finish. Your score right now, the Niceville Eagles are on top of the Mosley Dolphins, 14-13. We just started the second half. There's 10:38 left to play, and if you can't tell that I'm excited, you need to go see the ear doctor. Here comes a big third down for the Dolphins. Fletcher Taylor in motion from the left to the right. Sam Freitas, he's going to fake the give. He's got pressure on him, and he's got a wide open Jack Massey, and Jack Massey drops it, and Sam Freitas took a hit, and you can't be doing that, Kyle. I'll mute your mic if you need to say something you ought not say. My goodness, guys, if you don't know by now, Kyle has missed a couple of weeks due to a catastrophic injury.
That was a frustration leap there, and you're right. Gotta know your body. That was dumb. But
shout out to the Mosley FCA FCS Club. We appreciate you.
Gotta bring that ball in, brother. You gotta bring that ball in if you're Jack Massey.
All right. They are on the punt, and it is the quarterback, Sam Freitas, and he kicks that thing high. It's not very deep at all. It takes a bounce at the 34-yard line, and it will go out of bounds right there at the 34. 10:27 left to play here in the third quarter. And a big shout out to Portland Lumberyard and Metro Power for helping us power this broadcast.
It's a lot to ask of the defense, David.
Elijah Mott says, go Eagles. Hey, if we say we're going to give shout-outs, I guess we're going to give shout-outs. I didn't like saying that very much, but I'll also give a go Eagles for Kyle Albritton because we love him as well.
We do, man, and shout-out to him. And thoughts and prayers with him.
Absolutely. From the 34-yard line, from the left towards the right, it is Johnny Lewis Jr., the quarterback in the Niceville Eagles, who stops for a second, has got a man wide open, throws it behind him, and that falls harmlessly to the ground, but could have been very harmful had number 17, Jay Galindo, got his hands on that like a Nintendo.
Great job pursuing from the Mosley Dolphins defensive line, Raiden Bruins most notably. Making that a tough throw for Johnny Lewis, not giving him that running gap. Second and long here.
Banks Lerner watching from Niceville. We appreciate you tuning in as well. Again, 850-215-6290 is the number to text for your shout out. Here comes Niceville again. 3 wide receivers to the left. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Trying to draw them all sides. Is the other quarterback in on the option. He's going to flip it out to the right. It's Connor Matthews, and low Jack Jackson out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Still a positive gain there. Kane LaFortune, the quarterback, flipping it out to the ever so dangerous Connor Matthews.
The defense has done a good job of one thing tonight more than anything, and they're not letting Connor Matthews be the one to beat him. Now here comes Johnny Lewis on the field here, Dave, and this is 3rd and 4.
Run to the right. It's a run to the right.
Now, it looks like both quarterbacks on the field here, which is interesting.
Kane LaFortune is going to be right there to the left side, I believe, as a tight end. Johnny Lewis Jr. is in the game at the quarterback position. They're going to fake the give, and they run to the left, and he's got room. He's got a couple of Dolphins on him, and Lojack just puts his shoulder on him, knocks him down, but I think he's going to have enough for an Eagles first down. It's going to be very close, and it's going to depend on the spot.
Now that time it's just a good run. He goes to the left side for the first time tonight, by the way. Goes to the left side. And
they say move the chains, but that was close.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's okay. I guess it was close enough to not have to check it, so that's going to bring up a first down here. Under 10 to play in the third quarter. Niceville leading the Dolphins 14-13. Big time game here. Get on down to Tommy Oliver.
Would have liked the measurement there, but to each their own.
Johnny Lewis Jr. still the quarterback. He's going to run it to the right side of the center. Hole opens up. He's up the seam. He's up the seam across the 40.
One time tonight.
Down at the 34-yard line. Deep into Mosley territory.
They've got to be ready for that, man. They've got to be ready for it.
The Butler Family Adventures on YouTube, watching from Niceville, but I'm not saying any more of the go you guys. It's a Dolphins broadcast, but we really do appreciate you guys listening or watching, however it is. And here comes the Eagles again. Johnny Lewis Jr. in at quarterback. He drops back. His 3 steps. He's got a man over the middle. He throws it to him. It's number 6, the wide receiver, and the head of Jack Massey breaks up that pass there. Great defense from the helmet.
Jack Massey having to step in and play some safety tonight due to injuries from Talon Moore and Landon Hawthorne. Maybe, I don't know if that's why Jack Massey's not as big a part of the offense tonight, but...
Well, Travis Hunter does a great job of playing 2 ways at Colorado, but that is a tough thing to do even at high school level, which I think we had 26 kids, maybe 30 kids on my high school football team, so we all had to play 2 ways.
Back in my day, it was all Iron Man.
All right, here we go. 2 wide receivers split out to either side for the Niceville Eagles for a 2nd and 10 from the 35. They're going to sling it out to the right side, and he makes Carson Griffin miss, and he gets close to the 30-yard line, which is a 4-yard pickup there, I believe, and that was Galindo on the reception.
It's going to be about 3rd and 6, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I bet Johnny Lewis is coming onto the field.
850-215-6290. Keep those shout-outs rolling on in. Eddie Fish, go Mosley from a Mosley alum, Ed Hiller. If you'd like to sponsor the Mosley, if you would like to advertise with ESPN Northwest Florida, give me a text at that number, 850-215-6290. I'd love to help you grow your business. As we've got 2 wide receivers there to the left is Johnny Lewis Jr. He's right up the middle. He's running into a pod of Dolphins, and they're going to get a stop, and they're going to bring up a huge 4th down.
Great job, Wyatt Fleming leading the charge right there, dropping his shoulder right into the chest of Johnny Lewis and knocking him backwards. Everybody else comes in to do a little cleanup. Great job by Wyatt Fleming.
I will say this, the Niceville band has been doing well, so we got a text in. Shout out to the Eagle Pride Niceville's band. One of my favorite things of calling high school football games is the battle of the bands, the respect that the bands have, and the bandsmanship, if you will. Such a beautiful thing as we're underneath 7.5 here. 14-13 is your score. Niceville's driving. It's 4th and about 6 from the 31-yard line. They need to get it to the 25-yard line. A whistle has been blown, and with that, a Niceville Eagles timeout. And with that, we're going to take a 30-second timeout of our own. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. You're listening to the Mosley Dolphins football broadcast.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job, it's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting your family.
Dr. Noble with orthopedic specialist. We need to get a check over here on Kyle Wright. I'm being facetious, but he heard Jump Around come on, and now he's just up here jumping around.
Mosley sideline trying to pump up this crowd. We talked a little bit during the break, Dave. This is the biggest play of the game. There's going to be a lot of biggest plays of the game from here on out. But for the Mosley defense, to this point, there is nothing bigger than 4th and 6
From the 31-yard line, here we go. Heavy in the backfield for the Eagles, 2 wide receivers. Kane is going to drop back. He's going to roll to his left. He's got a lot of pressure. It's Raiden Brewer. It's the Rutgers commit. And Wyatt Fleming. No, it's not Wyatt Fleming. That is Tyler Tanner taking him down. And Mosley's going to take over in plus territory, baby. 6:59 here in the third quarter in favorable field position.
The Rutgers commit. Number 9, Raiden Bruins chases him down, and Tyler Tanner's going to clean it up. And that's a great job by the Mosley defense, Dave, but also a big-time mental error by the Niceville quarterback, dropping that far back and taking that sack. Mosley's going to start this drive deep, not deep in the Niceville territory, but right there in Niceville territory, and they have a chance here. They have a chance to swing the momentum.
Let's go from the 49-yard line right inside of Niceville territory as both bands are jamming. And we've got Jack Massey out to the right, Carson Griffin out to the left. Fletcher Taylor and Adam Land shift from the right to the left. Low Jack is the running back. Low Jack gets the ball, fights his way up the middle. Might have been the third shortest carry that I've seen from him this year, picking up 3 to make it 2nd and 7, under 7 to play here in the third quarter. 14-13 your score.
What did Wayne say? If it ain't broke, don't break it.
There you Yeah. Don't get me started on Wayne quotes. I'll do the whole broadcast in them.
We just did a whole watch my shoes thing before the game started.
Clock ticking here at Tommy Oliver Stadium. There is still time to get you a seat in the bleachers right here. We're at the Don Heatley press box, who paved the way for broadcasters like Kyle and myself, and Sam Freitas has Low Jack in motion. This time they toss it to him. He stutter steps. He hits a hole. He's across the 40, and he's very close to a first down. I think it'll be 3rd and about 1.5 yards.
That'll bring up 3rd.
Great toss there from Sammy forward. It's technically going to go down as a pass play, which I don't think Low Jack's got a lot of receptions this year. That may be. I'm going to do a quick check here, but
should be on that first page.
I do believe that was his first reception of the season. So
looks like we might get a measurement. No, the chain gang moved thinking that it was a first down.
Okay.
However, it's 3rd and short here. The ball is at the 40. They need to get it to the 39 for a first down, as we give another shout out here. Judson is his name, and his sister is a cheerleader for the Dolphins. Go Vivian and go Dolphins. Also, happy birthday, Matthew Jefferson from Meemaw. Keep those shout outs rolling in. We love that you guys are listening and participating, as we've got an official timeout here. Could be water break, but we'll wait on the word.
Are we waiting on the spot here?
We're waiting on the line judge to be at the football, or at the line of scrimmage, rather. From the 40-yard line, I won't have a voice tomorrow, but guess what? No shows tomorrow, and all I got to do is watch a little football, so I can get down with that.
Great slate tomorrow, too, man. Some underrated games. Vandy at Kentucky tomorrow.
Looking ahead to a great game when we're right here at a great game is always a great thing. And Sammy Freitas under center. He's going to sneak it to the left side. He rolls over on his back. It's going to be close. Depending on the spot here, I think he got it.
Gonna go out on a limb and say that might be a friendly spot, but
no replay, baby. Now, the line judge on the far side of the field, I would say it would take a measurement. The white hat signals first down. That's the Dolphins. First down. Here we go. Across the 40 to the 39. Underneath, 6 minutes left to go. A 1-point lead for the Niceville Eagles. 14-13 is your score here. We've got an official timeout, so I'm going to take the time to tell you, get in your car. If you're listening on Facebook, get in your car and get to Tommy Oliver Stadium. Traffic's probably not going to be that bad around the city because everyone's here right now. And why ain't you?
Yeah, man, I mean, these stands are packed. Like you said, that visitor sideline has slowly but surely started to fill up as the nights progressed. And the home side is packed. Like Robert Fleming said, not quite shoulder to shoulder, but elbow to elbow for sure.
Arnold is leading Fort Walton Beach 14-3 starting the fourth quarter. Thank you so much for the update, Lynn Haven Rob. We appreciate you to no end, and he will be here for the Arnold Marlins clash against the Mosley Dolphins obviously not today, next Friday, 7 p.m. will be the kick.
Shout out to Debt Free 06, watching from New Orleans, watching their grandsons, Johnny Lewis Jr. and Eddie Love Jr. Of course, both of them Niceville Eagles, both of them having decent nights, especially Johnny Lewis.
850-215-6290. Shout out to my girl down there taking pics on sideline. That is Emma Kate. Hey, this is the most shout-outs that we've gotten on a particular night, especially we get them a lot on YouTube, but here comes Sam Freitas and the Dolphins. It's going to be a give to LoJack. LoJack's got room to the right side. That man is fast. That man has a blocker in front of him in Jack Massey. That man runs a man over, and he's going to get close to the 15-yard line. What a run by LoJack.
Yeah, this is it. This is the drive where Mosley's got to take control of this football game, and it's a great start. Give the ball to zero. We've been seeing the comments rolling on YouTube. We've been talking about it off the air. Locavian Jackson needs to have the football in his hands because he can make plays like that easily.
Naomi Roberts says, go Niceville, since you guys won't say go Eagles anymore. You can't trick us that many times, but you got me again. Here comes the Mosley Dolphins offense. It's Locavian Jackson and Sam Freitas side by side, and it's another give to LoJack. LoJack bounces off a man, runs another man over, and he is just a man, dadgummit.
Another great run, following his blockers, being patient, almost a little Le'Veon Bellish right there.
I just love, when we used to play Madden back in the day when Le'Veon Bell was still a Pittsburgh Steeler, one of my buddies, Terry Ross, you know him, he would always say, Le'Veon, whenever he'd break off a big run with him. I'm going to start doing that with LoJack. Locavion! Here we go. Dolphins, second and short. That ball is inside of the 10-yard line. They don't need much for a first down. We're underneath 5 minutes. Again, another get to LoJack. He works his way through the hill to the hole, spun around, and he'll have enough for a first down.
It's going to be first and goal for Mosley here. Drop them chains. This thing's inside the 5-yard line. And David, I wouldn't change a thing.
No, but we've known this. I don't want to take anything away from Sammy Chisholm. Young man is electric. He's a sophomore, right? He is absolutely electric. But when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I'm not saying Sammy Chisholm's not tough. What I'm telling you is LoJack's a monster. And here comes Sammy Freitas. To his left is that monster Locavian Jackson. Heavy up front with the tight ends. It's going to be a fake. It's a give to LoJack, and he works his way into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown, and they take the lead with 3:49 left to go in the third quarter.
Now, here it is, David, because, Mosley's sending the PAT group out here.
I'm okay with it because if you need the 2-point conversion later in the game, you tried aggression, it didn't work. Now you got to stay conservative, and you've got to stop the run and beat them with the run game. But here we go, a little huddle.
This is taking a long time to develop.
Play clock hasn't even started yet. It's at 25 seconds, so nothing wrong with this.
Receivers coming off.
The golden toe of Maverick Wright looking to make this. So I guess there was a flag that was thrown, but there was no merit for the flag. So a false flag, if you will. False start on the referees there. Maverick Wright. Sam Freitas is the holder. That ball is up. It looks to be good. We wait on the official signal. The official signal signifies that it's good, and that gives the Dolphins a 19-14 lead here in the third, 20-14 lead here in the third quarter. I was looking at the broadcast, and we're a little bit late there.
You were a little bit ahead of them here. Great drive there from the Mosley offense. That's exactly what you needed. Your defense gives you good starting field position, and you take advantage of it. Hat trick for Locavian Jackson. And like we said, David, don't change anything. Don't change anything. Just keep feeding that man like they're saying in the comments. Over 550 viewers on YouTube right now. Everybody knows the importance of this game. There's no confusion about it.
Absolutely. Thank you to our sponsors, Panama City Toyota, Orthopedic Specialist, and Chapman Wealth Management. It's David Hayes and Kyle Wright on the call. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, we got 3 great local shows. The Coach James Hale Show Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. The Inside Drive from 11 to 1. in the Afternoon Underdogs, which is hosted by myself from 4 to 6. And Kyle Wright also joins me on Thursdays with the coach's daughter. It's exciting here in Tommy Oliver Stadium. 6-point game, and the Dolphins lead 20-14. 3:49 remains in the third quarter. Ball teed up by Maverick Wright at the 40-yard line. The Golden Toe boots it. It's going to be returned from the 2-yard line. Fletcher Taylor tries to put a hit on him. A hole opens up. He's at the right side of the 30-yard line, and he will go down there by a host of Dolphins, and they'll have okay field position to start this out.
Yeah, great return there. A couple of broken tackles. Shout out Tyler Spalding. Listen, Tyler, Mosley alumni, Mosley signs our paychecks.
Yeah, this is exactly what it's supposed to be. This is exactly what it's supposed to be. And actually, we get excited when, well, not excited, but it's not like we're disparaging Niceville over here. This is great athletes. This is a great game.
Calling it like we see it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we go. The Niceville Eagles from the 30-yard line, near side of the field, split wide receivers, one apiece on either side. It's going to be a give to number 2. That's Eddie Love Jr. He's got a little bit of room. He's got to work his way back, and it looks like Locavian Jackson hit him in the back, I believe, or that was Marshall. That might have been Will Arboleda.
Wait, we did learn that over the course of me being out. There's a flag out, though. Or no? Okay, excuse me.
It's them yellow gloves, of course.
People think it's easy, man, but if you listen to other broadcasters, they have like monitors up in their booth. We got to keep our eyes on the field. So you see a pink glove, the flags are pink tonight. It's kind of hard to tell.
Niceville Eagles from the 33-yard line, second down. It's going to be a pitch out to the running back, and he is going to run over a man, and he'll pick up a first down. He's across the 40 near the 45-yard line, and that is Connor Matthews.
That's his best carry of the night right there. A little simple toss to the left, and him and his blockers make the rest happen. Big, strong run. Good first down for Niceville.
Angel Townsend says, shout out to the Mosley cheerleaders, Trinity, Kaylin, and Zoe, as a fresh set of downs here for the Eagles as we are underneath 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Mosley leading 20-14. Johnny Lewis Jr. in the game. He's going to fake the give. He's probably going to try to throw deep, and that ball
brought down there. I think it's Braden Bruins.
On the play by number 9, Braden Bruins.
I thought the ball came out too. Don't worry.
I did too. Well, great sack there by Raider Bruins, and that is going to bring up another pivotal down here for the Eagles after the big sack. Second, and we'll call it 12.
Not a lot of plays on either side that have gone for negative yardage tonight.
They need to get the ball to Mosley territory to the 46-yard line. You're right, Kyle, as we're underneath 2.5 with the 2014 ball game. Mosley on top. Johnny Lewis Jr. is going to drop back 3 steps. He's got some pressure on him. He's also got number 1, and then Marshall Williams with a wonderful left hand to get in there and knock it away.
No, that's one of the best plays I've seen from a Mosley defensive back in our 3 years up here in this booth. Marshall Williams has had a tough night tonight, Dave, but that right there could be the biggest play he's made in his high school career, because if he lets that ball get caught over the middle, I'm not sure that anybody's making that tackle. So a great job getting that left hand in there by Marshall Williams, and that's going to bring up, here we go again, Dave, right? The biggest play of the game.
2 wide receivers on either side. It's Kane LaFortune in, pressure's on him. He steps up into the pocket. He drills. They pass, but the ball is out. The ball is out. It depends on what they call him. I think they're calling it incomplete. That was a great throw. It looked like the catch was, oh, that was a shoe that came off. So he holds on to the ball. Great reception there, and they're down to the 30-yard line. We thought the shoe was the ball. It wasn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, 100%.
And he is brought down at the 31. What a throw there from number 11, Kane LaFortune.
I'm with you, though. You're not alone on that one. I was like, no, I'm not quite celebrating, but I was wondering why they weren't signaling incomplete. Well, now we know. Big first down right there.
1st and 10 from the 31, underneath 2 to play here at Tommy Oliver Stadium. It's a give to Connor Matthews, who shimmies, he shakes, he's across the 30 after shaking and baking, and that'll bring up 2nd and about 8.
Good for a short gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Taylor Williams says, shout out to Lolo, let's go. The Second down here. Kane LaFortune all alone in the backfield. Pressure is on him. He steps. He works his way to the left. He's got someone on him, and he throws that one out of bounds to bring up 3rd and 8 with 1:15 left to play in the third quarter. And there is a pink flag that has flown onto the field. Looks like it will be in the vicinity of holding.
This time I knew it was a flag. I watched it get thrown.
Eric Shell says, love you guys and thank you for all you do, but can you talk to the cameraman so we can see passing plays? The camera remains on the line of scrimmage. We will do our best after the holding call was mentioned. I'll try to talk to him. I run cameras for our show, and I know how tough it can be when you're doing something that's not even moving. So we'll see what we can do about that. We appreciate you guys giving us the critical feedback that we need here. All right, here is a big down for Niceville, and it's Johnny Lewis Jr. back in.
Guys.
He's scrambling, and another flag flies in the vicinity of holding again, and Johnny Lewis Jr., number 15, upended at the 35-yard line.
Great job by Carson Griffin making that tackle right there, but I think they might lose 10 more here. Don't want to go back to that big third down conversion, Dave, as we await for the call, the pass over the middle. When you're missing your two best safeties, right? You're missing Landon Hawthorne. You're missing Talon Moore. You've been without him most of the season. That's a play that those safeties are usually there to make. So kind of tough to lose those guys, especially for a game this big.
1:06 remains in the third quarter. If you want to see an exciting finish, drive on down to Tommy Oliver Stadium. I don't need to tell you where it is. If you don't know, put it in your Google Maps or your GPS position, whatever it is that you utilize when you drive. Get over here to Tommy Oliver Stadium. Ball at the 39-yard line. It is.
Just want to say Mosley declined that penalty right there, so it's going to set up 3rd and very long.
3rd down from the 39. Need to get it in near the 20-yard line of the Dolphins. Under a minute to play. Kane LaFortune in. Drops back. 3 steps. Steps up in the pockets. Got a wide open man. That's Galindo. And he will be taken down after a great reception there by Carson Griffin inside of the 15. Another toss there. Great pocket awareness as well by Kane LaFortune.
It's the middle of the field again, Dave. It's the middle of the field. It's been the middle of the field all night on long yard situations for Niceville. They're exploiting a Mosley defense that doesn't have their guys where they should be tonight, and unfortunately, it's making Mosley pay.
It's Johnny Lewis Jr., and he's going to work his way. Great vision from him as well. He's up the middle, and it looks like it's going to be Sawyer Schultz that brings him down.
Going to be close to a first down, though. Maybe just like 2 or 3 yards short.
Eagle running back takes it to the 5-yard line.
Just a yard short.
And short for the Eagles.
Tough break there for the Mosley defense, but you gotta secure the middle of the field.
From the 5, it looks like Niceville is working their way quickly to the offensive line to get this snap off before the third quarter ends. It's 20-14. Tight ends shift from the right to the left, and they were just a smidge late, and that will end the third quarter. This is the Mosley Dolphins broadcast. You're listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Clear tonight with a low near 59 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunshine tomorrow morning, a light breeze out of the east-northeast, and a temperature of 75. Hotter in the afternoon and evening around 81 with sunshine and a wind at 7 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Sunny Sunday, a light breeze and quite warm around 81. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
We are back at Tommy Oliver Stadium. 2nd and 1 for Niceville from the 5-yard line. Johnny Lewis Jr. is going to ease his way to the left side of the line. It looked like big old Joseph Chima taking him down there. I think he might have had enough to get the first, but we'll await the spot there. He might have even... No, he gained a yard.
I think they're going to drop them chains.
1st and goal here, 2014, as we have just gotten underway in the 4th quarter. Time to make your way to Tommy Oliver Stadium for an exciting finish. Niceville threatening here to at least tie the game, possibly take the lead. They are heavy in the backfield for the Eagles, and it's going to be a snap out to the left, and he's going to run straight through the defensive front of the Mosley Dolphins and take it in for 6. As of now, the score is 20-20. The extra point team is on for the Eagles to possibly make this a 21-20 game, and you know what we'll be talking about all week long if it ends in this fashion.
Yep. Not going to drive it home right now, but I've been saying it since the beginning of the broadcast.
Here's the extra point from Tanner Boxberger. Holds good, kicks up, it's good, and the Eagles take a 1-point lead. It's 21-20, 11:37 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Both teams do have 2 timeouts left, Dave. That's something that they're probably going to need going down the stretch.
I would agree with you. And as Kyle Vandergriff mentioned here, the D is tired.
Yeah.
And you can see it. I mean, they were on the field for a long time. They did get that little bit of a break there in between the 3rd and the 4th quarter where we were swag surfing after the hype video showing how Jack Massey got open in the middle last year. And, hey, there's still a lot of football left to be played here, and you can take a lot of time off of this clock if you just keep on feeding the monster, and that monster is who?
Okay, Beyond Jackson. That Jack Massey play to win this game last year. The play's so nice we had to call it twice. Jack Massey has not been a part of this game tonight offensively at all. I gotta wonder if that doesn't change eventually here, Dave. You're running into crunch time. You need your big number 0, big number 1. They both got to get it. They both got to touch the ball.
Tanner Boxberger is the kicker, and he's got the ball teed up on the 40-yard line. Thank you to Taylor Williams. We appreciate the compliment there as Tanner makes his way to the ball, toe to the ball. It's a little side-by-side action there, but he booted that thing on a line drive into the end zone from the right towards the left. 11:37 remaining here. Moses going to take over from their own 20-yard line, down by 1 point.
To the back of the end zone at that.
He drilled it. We've got a game here where we haven't seen a field goal. We've seen the lack of an extra point. But outside of that, both of these teams have very good kickers. And what did that game in 2023 come down to, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that before the game, right? Niceville really went out and addressed that kicking situation this offseason. Last year, it came down to a missed field goal, and it was badly missed, Dave, honestly. And Niceville obviously did not get that win because of that kick.
The kicker is Logan Karwacki. My bad on that. I thought in my research, I just went off of Tanner Boxberger, so sorry about that. Sam Freitas is going to run it right out the middle. He's around the outside. He's through a defender. He runs a man over. He's across the 45 and pummels his way close to the 50.
That's just big time from Sammy Freitas right there. Mosley trying to get some tempo going right here. What you need, cuz?
Niceville stat sheet. All right, so a great run there to start this drive there from Sam Freitas. The ball is at the 49-yard line. On the near side of the field, 2 wide receivers are out there to the left and 1 to the right. Sam Freitas is going to bobble that snap, and hopefully he gets on it, and he does. That was close to being a nightmare for the Mosley Dolphins.
I'd still say that's about as close as it can get to being a nightmare right there, Dave. I mean, you got some tempo, you got some momentum in the first play. After the big play, goes for about a 6 or 7 yard loss. That's not what you want.
It'll be second and long.
Tanner is the punter, and Logan is the kicker.
Okay.
I will keep that correct for the rest of this evening. 10:40 left to play here in the final quarter of this exciting game. The score, Niceville 21, the Dolphins 20.
Bit of a wasted play right there.
Loss of about 5. They're going to fake the give. They're going to throw it over to Adam Land, who gets one hand to it, and he just wasn't able to corral it, and that's going to bring up a long third down, which you hate to see after a long run play to start the drive.
We don't like playing what if right here, Dave, but he had Jack Massey streaking over the middle.
Long third down. You don't want to see Mosley waste a timeout here. The play clock is underneath 20 seconds. If you're Niceville, obviously you want to get off the field here on a long third down, and we've seen Niceville connect on many long third downs this evening. Sam Freitas all alone, 3 to the right, and LoJack in motion. They're going to give it to him. They're going to see what he's got. He stumbles, he bumbles, he's across the 45, and he's going to make the fourth down manageable here.
It's going to be very close. It's going to be about a yard short.
Big run on the play.
And to be honest with you, David, I'd do it again.
Same exact thing with the toss, or
maybe
do you run?
No, I would just give it to him.
He's going to need about 2 or 3 yards here. The ball is at the 44-yard line. They need to get it to the 41. 4th and about 3. Under 10 to play. 1-point ball game at Tommy Oliver Stadium between Mosley and between Niceville. Niceville.
Oh, another timeout used by Mosley here.
Oh,
Niceville. That's Niceville.
1 timeout remaining for Niceville.
I think it's one of those things where it's, hey guys, you know where the ball's going. You know where. I think that's why Niceville's calling the timeout. You know where the ball's going.
Jersey Mike Sonny's Barbecue, Slim Chicken is eliminated, which is the official chicken of Mosley football. And Whitehead Plumbing, thank you again for your continued support of Mosley football.
4th down. 9:45 remains in a great ball game here. Niceville 21, Mosley 20. The last 3 meetings that me and Kyle have witnessed between these programs has been absolutely tantalizing.
Yeah, man. I think they've all come down to 1 score, if I'm not mistaken. I know, obviously, last year.
Here we go. 4th and 3 from the 4. And now we're going to get a Mosley timeout here.
Wow.
Both teams now down to 1 timeout. This is going to be interesting. I don't know how your anxiety is doing right now, but I am enjoying this.
Well, yeah, I mean, my palms are a little sweaty here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well,
how's your knees and arms?
Well, they're both okay, to be honest with you. Well, not knees. not the knees, but that's a second M reference there. Not on purpose there, but Sammy Freitas took off for that big run. Round the outside. Right?
Round the outside, yes, sir. 9:45 left to play in this game that has just been exactly what you hoped that it would be. And the score again, Niceville on top by 1, 21-20. Mosley driving inside of Niceville territory from the left to the right, 44-yard line. It's 4th down. They need 3 for a first down. We're going to see what ends up happening here. Can the big boys up front for the Dolphins get the push they need? Looks like it's going to be LoJack on a direct snap, and he's going to be around the outside. And he's going to go to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and in to the end zone for his 4th touchdown of the evening, baby. Dolphins touchdown. Hands up in the air from the white hat. That means it's good. That means it's 9:37 left to play, and the score, pending the extra point, is 26-21.
This is 2-point time. This is it, man. You don't know if you're going to get this ball back or not.
They're set up for the extra point here. Do they do what we've
come to know them to do. That kid is not going to Mississippi State. If you're a Mississippi State fan, ain't no way, because he's going to get way more offers. Locavian Jackson is a stud. And here is the kick, and Maverick Wright boots it. The golden toe is golden through the golden uprights, and your score is 27-21. Lot of football left to play.
Back and forth. You know what sucks about a game like this?
Somebody's got to lose.
Somebody's got to lose. But the great thing is somebody's going to win. And, man, it might come down to whoever has the ball last, Dave. We had a comment earlier. I kind of lost it. This thing could come down to the golden toe, and it would be just like last year.
Which is wild, because it was Niceville that was in that situation that had to kick to win the game.
Right.
And another thing is, check that stat sheet real quick, or let me check it just to see how. I don't think that we've had Maverick Wright attempt a field goal,
He's
though,
kicked
right?
One. And it was about a 30-yarder, if I'm not mistaken. I remember it early on in the season. It has not been in a long time, though.
Trying to look for that field goal. Yep, 1 for 1, a 30-yarder. That was early in the season, right?
Very
Third
early,
game, I believe?
Very early, yeah. Either Bay or, I think it may have been against Bay.
When they dropped back-to-back 53 burgers, and here we are, 9:37. The Golden Toes got it teed up at the 40-yard line. He works his way to the ball, and he boots it. It's kind of like a little bit of a knuckleball. Dives down like a seagull when you got french fries out there on the beach. And the return man jumps over a man and keeps on going after the hurdle. And he's going to be drugged down, getting across the 35-yard line. Arboleta on a great pickup there.
I think it's about time for a turnover by the Mosley defense here, Dave.
Oh, man, this is some fun football right here. And still, you've got 9 minutes and 28 seconds of football to be played. If you're in the area, stop by and get over on that away side. If you can find some room on the home side, fine. But, hey, this has been a heck of a game, and Niceville always travels well when it comes to top-tier high school programs. Niceville, they are one of the best. Let's go, team! Here we go. Niceville, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line, working from the right to the left. They're going to throw a little screen pass outside. Jack Massey breaks down, and Locavian Jackson takes him down.
Stop made by number 0, Locavian Jackson.
Talk about a two-way player that, I mean, you think LoJack, he's being recruited. Everyone on YouTube right now is talking about how great he is on offense, because that's what you're seeing. And yes, 4 touchdowns tonight. He is phenomenal. He's being recruited as a defensive back to Mississippi State. Miss you, Ryan McClain. We see you chatting, man. We missed you for real. 2 wide receivers to the right. Man is in motion from the right towards the left. It's Johnny Lewis Jr. in at quarterback. He's going to run to that famous right side.
That's a hold, man.
Does not get the call, but he's taken down. Johnny Lewis Jr. is just across the 35 to the 37, and that's going to bring up another huge 3rd down.
I thought maybe Rayden Bruins got held there. They didn't throw the flag, but Wyatt Fleming is there to clean it up for about a 2-yard loss. And here we go, Dave. Big time 3rd down right here. If you're Mosley, you cannot do the same thing you've done. The middle of the field has to be secure right here.
2 wide receivers out to the right. It's Kane LaFortune in at quarterback. He drops back his 3 steps. He's got time. He's got a man outside, and that is going to depend on the spot as Marshall Williams tosses him out of bounds. And it's really going to come down to the spot. Over here on our side, we're seeing the 37. I think that's a favorable. If we're keeping it real, whoever called us biased earlier, that was a terrible spot for Niceville.
I still think it's 4th down, but I think they may have lost them about 1.5 yards here.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think he was a little bit closer to the sticks. I think either way it was going to be 4th down, but this is a pivotal time. Now here's the other thing. He was thrown out of bounds, so maybe they didn't give him forward progress at that point in time.
Oh, this is big, David.
Here we go.
Johnny
the crowd
Lewis,
is in it. Man's in motion. Johnny Lewis Jr. in the game. He's going to run it. He finds his way to the right side, but a whistle has been blown. It's so loud here you can't hear it until the men on the field stop playing.
Prior to the snap,
Delay of game.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. That makes this a lot different, Dave.
And that's why crowd matters, because sometimes it gets so loud here. And we do have the play clocks on both sides of the end zone, so you can see it. But sometimes that time gets away from you.
Niceville's bringing the punting unit out.
Look at Joseph Chima chug off the sidelines. Eli Zedeker, I believe, makes his way to the field, who is the backup free safety.
Jack Massey back to return this thing.
Here's the punt. It is a pretty good punt, and that is Tanner Boxberger. And Jack Massey's going to let that one bounce, and it will be fielded at the 31-yard line. And that's where Mosley will take over. It's been a long time since we've taken a break, so 30 seconds from now, you'll hear our voices.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
We're going to take another 30 seconds because we've got a water break. We'll be back.
Time for new tires? Nobody knows your Toyota better. And this month, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for just $1. Schedule your service online or give us a call at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires October 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Time for new tires? Nobody knows your Toyota better. And this month, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for just $1. Schedule your service online or give us a call at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires October 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
We are back, and we've got a great ball game on tap. Mosley's going to take over for an offensive drive here, starting from their 31-yard line. I appreciate this comment here from Timothy. He says, wow, horrible spot is right. Three yards off is inexcusable. Yeah, you guys are homers, but you're fair and you're entertaining, as Sammy Frieda scrambles up the middle, working his way behind the left guard in a nice small gain, but still positive yards is positive. Thank you very much for that comment there, Timothy. We do appreciate that. And I've tried... When we first started this, I was very non-biased and tried to just keep it by the book, but I got a Mosley alum by me, and I feel like the Mosley people like it a little bit more whenever I'm pushing for them.
Again, you can't bite the hand that feeds you, right? But
I don't bite no one.
We're nibbling, though. But 3 yards is a little excessive. It was about 1.5 yards off, but, I mean...
Lojack's going to get the carry. He's going to work his way to the right. He's around the outside again. He's across the 40, across the 45, across the side. Hey, take your bikes off. To the 30, to the 20, to the 10. He might have 5. That's FIFA. He's into the end zone. He's into the end zone. That's a touchdown for Locavian Jackson. Locavian! Oh my goodness, that man is a monster. There goes that man, mama. Holy cowabunga.
You want to talk? Who was it? Somebody in the comments earlier said Lojack told me he's going to have 5 touchdowns tonight. And mama, that man kept his word, David Hayes. My goodness, Lojack, 67 yards, the biggest run of the night, the longest of the night, comes in the biggest moment. Incredible blocking, incredible playmaking. I think it was Carson Griffin. They're going to go for 2 here?
No. They're setting up. I have a slight feeling that that's what they're going to do here. Sam Freitas, the holder. Golden Toe approaches. They're not going to go for 2. They are going to kick it up. It's 34-21. And Niceville still has plenty of time in this ball game. Niceville's got plenty of time in this ball game. There's 6:06 remaining. They've got plenty of time. Sammy Freitas signaling to the crowd. Hey, I mean, it was hard for us to not be hyped up here. That was just a wonderful, phenomenal run, and it's fair to say, right? Like, listen, Connor Matthews, a wonderful back. What we've seen out of number 15, the quarterback tonight, Johnny Lewis Jr., wonderful athlete. There's just a difference when we're looking at Lojack, isn't there?
Man, you're talking about not even a man amongst boys. You're talking about a monster among men, some would say.
And he's doing it on the defensive side of the ball as well. Oh,
this is just incredible. The atmosphere, everybody's dancing in the stands. This is championship atmosphere, David.
Wow. Wowee. All right, we're going to calm it back down. We're going to get back into the groove. We're at the 40-yard line. Maverick Wright, the Golden Toe, has this ball teed up at the 40-yard line. 2 return men back for the Niceville Eagles.
Carson Griffin was offsides, unfortunately, there on that kick.
And that'll back the kick up about 5 more yards. And so they'll kick it from the 35-yard line.
That's the play that I hope Frank Wright goes back and clips later on. I'm going to have to text him on that one.
What's that? Oh, the low jack play?
Yeah, that's...
I had to tell you to take your headset off. I'm over here holding my mic halfway across the world.
No, I took mine off. So you told me to?
Yeah,
I took it. It's just the chemistry we have, David Hayes.
Oh, man, you're also getting a little love here from Jake McGowan. One of Bay County's finest. Braun Strowman reference by Kyle. Went over my head. That monster's a man? Is that what you said?
Monster among men. I'm a big WWE fan as well, so got to get those references in when you can, so that everybody that's watching can acknowledge me.
All right, here comes Maverick Wright, toe to the ball, and he boots it. It's fielded at the 6-yard line, and he's going to make a man miss. He gets around the outside himself, and then he'll run into 2 or 3 Dolphins. Not a big pod, but a pod nonetheless, and we're underneath 6 minutes here, and your score is 34-21, Mosley on top.
At the 26-yard line.
Coach Tommy Joe Whitten trying to pump up the sideline, and here they go.
Wow, man, what an atmosphere. And you have to give credit to the Niceville faithful too, because they're also the band over there. The band over there has made this such a fun game and a fun environment. So to all who took their time to come out and support these local athletes, we appreciate you. Here comes Johnny Lewis Jr. in Niceville. He's got time. He steps up in the pocket. He's got a man, and the man doesn't make the catch. And I don't know if we see a flag there.
Again, David, I gotta say, now was there a little bit of contact? I think so. But I told you earlier in the night that I cannot stand when a pass interference gets called on an underthrown ball. Now, that ball was thrown really deep. An incredible pass, like an incredibly strong throw there from Johnny Lewis. But it was underthrown, so I love it when they don't throw that flag.
I can understand that. I just, if the rule is that you got to look back at the football, I want to see you looking back for the football.
No, I understand the rule. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, of course.
Also, I'm not sure there's enough there to throw that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, here comes LaFortune.
The ball's out.
The ball is out, and he's going to pick it up, and he scrambles. He actually might make a little positive gain, but he doesn't. He's going to go down, and that is the Rutgers commit, Raiden Bruins, a big mama jamma himself, standing at 6'5", 250, and that might be a little short and a little light for that man right there, bringing up a big 3rd down. They're saying that they can't hear us right now. All they can hear is the crowd, so we're going to turn that down. Thank you, Craig Edwards. The crowd is very loud, and we do need you guys' help because I don't have anyone monitoring what we have going on here. It's just me, Kyle, and the equipment that we have up here.
Let us know in the comments if that fixed it, by the way.
3rd down here for the Niceville Eagles. It's going to be Johnny Lewis Jr. He's going to scramble. He's got some room. He runs around a man, puts his hand down, and gets to the 30-yard line, and that will make it.
It looks like our sound is off. We will...
Oh, man, that is really hard for me to be working on this while we're trying to call the game. All right, if you will go get Grant and see what he could do, and we'll just kind of keep on rolling here. I'll turn the crowd mic off, and we'll keep on rolling. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. We're going to try to get it fixed. Here comes Niceville. They're going to do a little end around. It's going to be a pass. A man is wide open. He's going to make the grab. He's across the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone with 4:10 remaining. And that is going to make it 34-28.
Mosley sells out there to stop the run. And it was the right move, Dave. But unfortunately, a guy gets loose. Somebody was responsible for that man. And there was nobody anywhere close to him. This game is far, far from over.
I think that it's on the YouTube side of things that we're off. If you want to, go get the ESPN Northwest Florida app. You can hear us there. If you could, okay, we're back on. All right, no worries. Hey, we've got a great team over there from our Mosley football broadcast team, so we are back here just to catch you guys up. You see the score blurb, but a great end-around touchdown pass there for the Niceville Eagles, and now they make this game another one-possession game. It's 34-28. What a creative play at a great time for the Eagles to make this a one-score ball game.
Was kind of making them aware of the sound situation, so I missed how the play developed, but I definitely saw the man running free over the middle. And unfortunately, sometimes you sell out to stop the run, and things like that are going to happen.
Hey, well, you know, and Niceville runs the ball a lot. I believe that was number 3, and again, I want to get his name right since I've been calling him wrong all night. Logan Karwacki on the extra point there. He's the kicker. Tanner Boxberger is the punter. So my mistake on that. Thank you for the Niceville faithful who brought that to my attention. I do apologize.
Okay, now, if you're Niceville, is this an onside kick attempt? Or do you kind of just trust that there's plenty of time left here?
That is a tough call. You've only got one timeout. I think at this point in time, it doesn't look like Mosley's not expecting it. I think Mosley is expecting it more than not. If I'm Niceville, what I do right here is I take my kicker, right, which is number 47, Logan Karwacki, and I act like I'm going to kick it straight to Jack Massey. Meanwhile, I pooch it over here on the left side and hope that one of my speedsters can get down there and get it. Or the bottom of your screen, if you will. It is an onside kick, and it's fallen on by the Mosley Dolphins. They will recover. There's 4:10 remaining. Mosley starting in the plus side of the field.
Was recovered there by Fletcher Taylor, letting that thing bounce right up into his chest. Somewhat of a little shortstop play there.
Final score out of Gavlac, 14 Arnold, Fort Walton Beach, 3. Far side of the field, that'll be the top of your screen if you're watching with us on YouTube. And if you are watching with us on YouTube, go ahead and pencil in 4 to 6 on ESPN Northwest Florida, Monday through Friday, with myself and a great cast of sports fanatics on the Afternoon Underdogs. Still the Coach James Hale Show from 7 to 9 Monday through Friday, and the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey and Jay Henley from 11 to 1. All right, tight ends heavy. They move from the left to the right. They're going to fake the gift to Lojack. Sam Freitas reverses track. He finds a hole.
There he
He's
goes.
got
Go,
some room.
Sammy.
He's
Go,
to the
Sammy.
30. He's running a man over. His helmet comes off, and he's got a big first down. And when you just dose and dose and dose with Lojack, sometimes you make that pull on the read option, and you take it the other way.
That's a great keep there by Sammy Freitas. I think he's got to come off the field for a play if this rule is consistent.
So that'll be J.P. Holsomback coming in, or looks like Lojack's just going to take the direct snap, and we'll see where this thing goes.
I don't see why not. Jack Massey also coming off the field here.
Ooh, that's Jaden Sapp's on, Carson Griffin's on. You also have Fletcher Taylor, Adam Land, and I believe Raiden Bruins is in the game. I don't see number 9, and he's hard to miss. All right, here we go.
He is right there on the right.
More than likely going to be a Lojack direct snap. He's around the outside. He makes a man miss. He cuts up the middle. He spins around. He runs a man over. He's across the 15. Oh, my goodness. It don't make sense. He's the only guy that I've ever seen whenever he went east to west one time. It was a game you weren't there. He starts going east to west. I'm like, he's about to score a touchdown off this. It doesn't make sense. That's not how physics work. And he physically out-physicaled physics.
I got nothing else but to just kind of chuckle at that, Dave. I mean, this is Niceville, okay? I just want to point that out. This is Niceville, okay? This is
Niceville's a monster.
This is a powerhouse in high school football in this area. And he's making it look so easy. Sammy Chisholm back in the game here. Ball security is key for young Sammy Chisholm.
All right, number 7, the quarterback. He's got his running back on the right. They're going to just run a QB power to the right side, and he's going to be taken down across the 15.
Holding on to the ball is the most important thing that Mosley can do right here. You do not want to put this thing on the ground. You don't want to make any kind of mistake.
Let's get the crowd noise back in. Y'all let me know if the crowd noise gets too loud. Again, we appreciate y'all. Keep on letting us know how the broadcast is going so we can give you the best coverage that we possibly can. We're underneath 2.5 to play. There's 10 seconds on the on the play clock, though, and Mosley needs to hurry up here. LoJack is now in the slot position. There's 3, there's 2, there's 1. They get the snap off, but I think Mosley's going to burn a timeout, and I do not love this in a one-possession game, but you got to do what you got to do. Let's see. Okay. All right, so it is a Mosley timeout, so they're out of them.
They are out of timeouts, and Niceville only has one remaining.
Oh, man, 2:08. Mosley works from the left to the right. They've got the white hats on with the green jerseys and green pants. And Niceville, the maroon helmets with the white jerseys and maroon numbers and white pants as well. Chef Chris says Mississippi State is going to lose a stud. I've been saying that since week 1. I feel bad for him because he's a great guy. Adam Land also tied in. He got an offer from Mississippi State, so we'll see how that moves forward. You've got Raiden Bruins. He's committed to Rutgers and the Scarlet Knights. So
when you have
both
a game
of these
like
teams
this,
have a lot of talent. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. When you have a game like this, on a night like this, in a moment like this, and obviously this game is not over. Want to make sure that we know that, right? This game is far from over. Niceville still has a timeout. Mosley has to protect the ball.
2:08, LoJack is in motion. Sammy's going to keep it, and he's going to battle his way across the 10-yard line. Might be right at the 10-yard line.
Niceville's going to use a timeout here. So we talked earlier, Dave. Now both teams are out of timeouts.
Yeah.
We talked about this game maybe coming down to the golden toe.
Yeah.
This is a big third down right here.
I mean, kicking a field goal right here makes it a 2-possession game.
Exactly. But
the only thing that, I mean, with it being 9 points, you could technically get a touchdown and then somehow get a safety.
Right.
That would be wild. Big timeout here. 1:58 left to play. Mosley working from the left to the right. Ball on the near side of the field at the 10-yard line, and both teams are getting a well-deserved water break. This has been, and again, for the last 3 years, for me and Kyle, we've said this feels like when you're watching these guys, if you take the uniforms off of them and put on a different brand, put on some college uniforms, it feels like you're watching a collegiate football game, and I love this sport.
Wow, this is going to come down to the very end, isn't it? Now, this is big right here, David. This is it, 3rd and 8.
Need to get the ball to about the 3-yard line. And Sammy Freitas is going to stumble, running in with Locavian Jackson. I've got to be honest with you. I don't know if these are options, and Sammy's just trying to play hero, and I'm not calling him out. I'm not calling him out. I'm just saying, when you've got a guy that has ran for 5 touchdowns this evening, it shouldn't be a question. Why is our quarterback running the ball 3 times? And you don't want to cause contention between the teams, but second field goal attempt of the year. He's perfect on the year, 1 for 1 from 30 yards, and this is looking to be about a 29-yarder here. So
this is big, David.
The golden toe, is he golden? Snaps good, holds good. That looked a little bit wide. It's good. It's good. It's good. That was
the
close.
Golden Toe. David Hayes, the golden toe. Sorry, I'm peeking. I'm sorry. The golden toe.
Wow.
It's a 9-point game with a minute to go. Niceville has no timeouts.
That is tough. That is tough. The cheer squad looking great. The players are killing it. So much better than an NFL game. I don't know. I just love football in general. I like college football, NFL, and high school football all the same, but I think it just means a little bit more at the high school level.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are trying to get to that level, right? I mean, there's kids out here that may never play again after this, right? This is the Kyle Wrights of the world. There's kids out here that are going to go to Mississippi State, that are going to go to Rutgers, that are going to maybe go to bigger schools than those by the time it's all said and done. And
wow, man. You feel for Niceville, too. Like you said earlier, with 2 great teams like this, it stinks that someone's got to lose. But we don't like ties either, so what can we do?
The tie is the biggest joke in professional sports to me, and anything except for soccer.
Yeah, like tie and get that thing over. I'm just kidding. I love soccer too.
What's the over-under? 0.5.
Here we go from the 40-yard line.
Shout out to all of our soccer players out there. I'm just making a joke. I actually enjoy watching soccer.
And a boot from the Golden Toe that goes into the end zone. And Niceville will take over from the right to the left from the 20-yard line. 1:12 remaining in this game, and neither one of these teams has a timeout.
All right. So, not really time to run this ball. So if you're Mosley, this is the first time tonight that you're going to be able to sell out to stop the pass. And you have to do exactly just that.
And we've already seen the speed from number 15, Johnny Lewis Jr. He could still break one, Kyle.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not.
And he's got a huge arm, but I would drop my safeties back to the 35 here, so that way, because you got a man in the middle now, but he's taken down by Tyler Tanner there. The protection was good, but it broke down after so long. And Johnny Lewis Jr. did what he had to do by climbing the ladder of the pocket there, but there was just no one open.
I do want to mention LoJack went to the ground right there and is favoring that right leg a little bit here. Maybe just a little banged up.
It's going to be tossed out to the outside. He's going to be brought down by Jack Massey.
That clock's running, though.
It is.
Clock's running.
Where is LoJack at?
Oh, he's good. He's right back here at the 40.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm looking for a guy on the ground. Like, no.
No. He's good. He went down, got up, favoring the right side a little bit.
25 seconds. Lewis Jr. is going to throw a little out route to the 30. It's caught, and he is out of bounds. I believe that's Galindo, Jay Galindo, 5'8", 155, number 17.
18 seconds left from a second straight district championship.
That is good for an Eagle first down.
From the 31-yard line. I like how my dad keeps texting you. He's not even texting me. Love you, Dad. 31-yard line here from the near side of the field. Under 20 seconds left to play in this game. Clock is stopped after the wide receiver went out of bounds. Heavy pressure taken down. That just might do it, Kyle Wright. And this place is going to erupt. The fans are on their feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is a ball game. But I got to tell you this before we take a break and wrap up and get to our Slim Chickens player of the game. What I need to see from the Dolphins, this was great. What have I seen the last couple of years? Deflation after this game.
We'll talk
inflated.
I was going to talk about that after the break.
Great win, though. We'll be right back with the Slim Chickens player of the game and our post-game breakdown. Hey, if you're out of here, please remember to listen to ESPN Northwest Florida. Get the app. Just go to your Apple Store, Google Play Store, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I'm David Hayes. Add me on Facebook. Let's talk football all the time. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for college football and the Auburn Tigers.
He dives! He's in! Touchdown Auburn!
We heard you, Tiger fans. So this season, we're airing every single game. And you can take that to the bank.
And picked off in the end zone!
Plus, the biggest games in the SEC and around the country play here on your official station for college football, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Are you feeling tired, weak, or maybe you feel old and cranky? If so, I have the answer. It's Max Fit Sports Nutrition with 2 locations, 23rd Street in the Coronado Plaza and in Pier Park North on Back Beach Road. Max Fit Sports Nutrition has nutritional products and professional dietary plans to get you moving in the right direction. So get off that couch and get to Max Fit Sports Nutrition now. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, where you can try it before you buy it.
It's the Mosley Dolphin postgame show on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Out of breath up here after another great edition of Mosley Dolphin football, taking on the Niceville Eagles. I mean, these two teams just go after it. They get after it, and it's a college football atmosphere, and on the field, it feels like it's college football as well.
Yeah, you had the feeling that, heading down the stretch here, this might not be the last two teams this might not be the last time that these two teams play against each other. How does it feel to be a player? Because we're up here in the booth and we're emotionally just wiped right now.
Yeah.
What a game, dude. Easily the best game that we've been a part of up here in this booth, I think.
I have to disagree because
when you think about the moment,
all right, I'm letting you finish.
Both teams undefeated. The winner of this game more than likely hosting a playoff game. Now, you talked about it before the break right there, and I'm going to let you the Dodgers did beat the Padres. So, wow, the Dodgers are going to the NLCS.
Are you surprised about that?
A little disappointed.
Go back, though. I saw a comment there from YouTube that I'd like to dive into, because I don't think if I noticed this or not, because we were kind of getting ready to go to break and everything. That last one there by Timothy, who a lot of great comments from him tonight, and we do appreciate it. Interesting that they broke up the post-game handshake. The game didn't seem particularly chippy. That's a good point. It really did seem like a game with good sportsmanship. I wonder what the case was but the players need a big moment to breathe as the Mosley football team is gathered. They normally start and end their nights with a circle of prayer, and that is something I most definitely appreciate. Yep. But first off, hats off to Niceville.
Yeah.
Hats off to Niceville. They played an incredible game. They're an incredible program over there, and they just do a great job. We're going to dive into your post game here, but for me, and you had a great point. You make a great point, like both teams being undefeated. Biggest game in 20-something years, since 1993, Bay and Rutherford, right? But for me, that game last year, Mosley wasn't supposed to win that game.
Right, yeah, that's fair.
And then you go for 2, and then they move the ball back 5 yards and miss the field goal.
Right.
And so there is that element. But as far as just back and forth goes, you make a good point. It's top 3, and I would say that all top 3 games have been Mosley Niceville.
Now, there's going to be some conversations being had, because this is the second year in a row because of the division realignment. Because of the district realignment, Mosley did host this game 2 years in a row. So I'm sure there's going to be some conversations around that. But at the end of the day, Dave, Mosley came out tonight. They knew what they needed to do in the second half. They needed to give LaCavian Jackson the ball, and they did just that, and that man did the rest. Now, we talked a little bit about it going into the break, and I told you I was going to talk about it in the post game. Here's the thing for Mosley. You and I, 3 seasons. This is our 3rd Mosley-Niceville game. Mosley has fought until this game every year, and then once this game was over, it was like they took their foot off the gas, and it was almost like, this isn't the fact, this isn't the truth, but it almost had to feel like their whole season was about this particular game. And then the games going down the stretch, they ended up kind of disappointing there towards the end of the season. This team, though,
feels different.
It feels different, bro. This team right here, this feels like a championship caliber team, and I have a feeling that we're gonna have some. We're going to be calling some November football games.
Absolutely. My goodness, man. We've got to get out of here. I've got to get us over to Paul Feinbaum. I don't think Leanne's going to be happy that they took the sound away from us before we named the Slim Chickens player of the game. But there's a lot of people who watch this YouTube broadcast. You can't hear us anymore. You can always go to ESPN Northwest Florida. But they there's a lot of people who watch this broadcast to hear the bands, right? So we understand that. And I wish that we could come together on a little bit better of timing with all of that stuff. But hey, this is our first year of doing the YouTube games, and we appreciate.
Oh, they can still hear us, by the way. So
they can still hear us.
We're Gucci.
All right.
Well, let's get to it then.
All right, let's get into it. All right, real quick. Slim Chickens player of the game is. I mean, you can't go any other way.
Okay, so obviously. The choice is LaKavion Jackson. There's no other way to do this. It was a 5-touchdown night. He really probably could have had 6 if they wanted to give him 6. Okay,
Yeah.
So LaKavion Jackson, without a doubt, 5-touchdown night is our Slim Chickens player of the game. However, I am going to make a case here. I want to make a case to Miss Leanne Fleming and the Mosley Touchdown Club. I would like to name a co-player of the game.
We've talked about this before, so
I'm going to do this because obviously the easy choice was LaKavion Jackson, but somebody that I think that we haven't been able to call their name a lot this season that had a huge impact in this game tonight, Tyler Tanner on the defensive side of the ball, multiple sacks, multiple big tackles for loss. I believe he may have had a hand in forcing the fumble earlier in the game. Tyler Tanner, to me, is the co-Slim Chickens player of the game, and I think we got to make that happen.
And if she tells us that we can't do a player of the game, then we'll just go with Tyler Tanner.
We'll just give it to Tyler.
Which is insane, but the accolades that are following Mr. Zero, Mr. Monster, Mr. LaKavion Jackson.
I have a feeling that LaKavion Jackson's going to have another opportunity this season to be the Slim Chickens player of the game.
Golly, and shout out to the Niceville players. I mean, we didn't see Mosley was able to contain Connor Matthews. We could probably talk about this game for 2 hours more. But Mosley did a really good job of containing Connor Matthews. But for the quarterback, they ran a duality quarterback system tonight with Kane LaFortune and then also with Johnny Lewis Jr. And Johnny Lewis Jr. was able to make some pivotal third downs turn into first downs.
Yeah, man. I mean, that game was everything it was supposed to be, David, and more. So, but hey, you know what? We got the win. Mosley got the win, and now all attention. You celebrate tonight. We'll be right back here in 7 nights for a Bay County clash between the red-hot Arnold Marlins coming
tonight,
here.
14-3.
So can Arnold stay hot and kind of slap Mosley in the mouth? Can Mosley stay hot and kind of just do what they've been doing and take care of business against Arnold? We're going to find out next Friday night right here at Tommy Oliver Stadium.
7 days from now, I'll be Ubering over to pick you up, and then we'll get through the whole thing all over again.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
Guys, if you're still listening on YouTube, we're with ESPN Northwest Florida. Obviously, this is the Mosley Dolphins football broadcast, but ESPN Northwest Florida, we've got 3 great local shows. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. 3 great local shows, though. The Coach James Hale Show, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey and Jay Henley and a host of other people behind the glass from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then I'm David Hayes, the host of the Afternoon Underdogs, and that is Monday through Friday from 4 to 6. I would really appreciate you guys tuning in and commenting with me. It makes the show a lot of fun, and it also helps me know what the listeners are wanting to talk about. And also, Kyle Vandergriff been chiming in tonight. He does the local podcast, I believe it's called. So
get me on there. Get us on there one time.
Man.
I would love to be a part of that.
Absolutely. That would be cool. Anything local, man. I love this community of Panama City and the surrounding areas. We've got to drive to Callaway tonight because that's where we both are living at this point in time. But, hey, guys, thank you so much for listening to us, and got to thank the sponsors who make this happen. Bill Kramer, GM, Kramer Marine and Outdoor, Portland Lumberyard, Metro Power, Beach House Sales and Development, Reliance South, Brock Pest Control, Steverson Air Conditioning, and the official food sponsors of Mosley Football, Sonny's Barbecue, Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven, shout out Pat Perno, Whitehead Plumbing, and Slim Chickens, the official chicken of Mosley Football. And who were the players of the game, the Slim Chicken players of the game?
Just to recap, obviously, we had to go with LaKavion Jackson. It's silly not to, right? But with that being said, we are going to fight to get us a co-Slim Chickens player of the game, and that's going to be Mr. Tyler Tanner on the defensive side of the ball.
All right, and got to thank Jersey's Mike's Subs and Panama City Toyota Orthopedic Specialist and Chapman Wealth Management. Up, down, or sideways, keep your head on straight when markets move.
I just want to give love one more time before we end this broadcast to, obviously, this is coming from me, Kyle Wright. It's been a rough road here for me recently. Yeah. Happy to be back in the booth tonight. Just want to give special love and special shout-outs to Mr. David Hayes, one of my best friends in the world, sitting right here next to me. Doing this with you is a dream come true. It's a dream come true doing it, but doing it with you is like, it couldn't be any better than this, bro. So
no doubt.
Hopefully we can keep this going. So shout out to you. Shout out to Robert Fleming from Walworski, Bradley, and Fleming for stepping in and taking care of this while I was gone. And, dude, he is also a very good attorney. So I'm going to give him this shout out. If you're ever in an accident, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't try to hire Robert Fleming. And, of course, to Miss Lee Ann Fleming.
Oh, I love her. She brings us money.
You are a godsend. And that right there, I mean, shout out to everybody. And my lovely, just incredible wife, Rachel Wright. She's incredible, man. I mean, I could sit here. This broadcast could go on for 2 more hours if I sit here and talk about my wife. But you guys keep David Hayes, keep each other in your thoughts and prayers if you're that kind of person. If not, hey, just keep sending the positive vibes. We'll be back for Arnold next Friday night.
Next week, we're going to be right here, same time, same place. Arnold Marlins, Mosley Dolphins. You've been listening to ESPN Northwest Florida, the Mosley Dolphins football broadcast. Just remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Paul Feinbaum up next.
ESPN Northwest Florida, available on all your devices.
Connected.
Hear your favorite sports talk hosts.
The Coach James Hale Show. You're listening to Inside Drive Live.
The Afternoon Underdogs.
And your favorite teams.
Braves winning!
We're live on the app. Tune in, Alexa, ESPNPC.com, Facebook, YouTube, and in your car at 101.9 and 104.3. Wherever you go, there we are. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Well, it's that time of the year again, folks. Yep, Christmas is right around the corner. And to avoid the stress and rush, Tracy's Fine Jewelry is starting our Christmas sale early. That's right, all diamond jewelry is on sale for 30% off. All estate jewelry is on sale now for 40% off. Rings, earrings, pendants, and bracelets. Mark it off your list and lay away now. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we love to save you time and money.